Oh, yeah. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Sin Bin Podcast Season 2, Episode 8. And of course, we are live and direct with all the sinners up in the house tonight. We got Sinner JP, also known as the Mexicans. And we got Sinner Mr. No Fact Check Saucedo, also known as Tyler. And of course, we got Sinner Tony, a.k.a. The Shiner, in the house. And I be your host, the Toxic Sinner, Moodz. Yeah. What's good, my Cinecine scenes? It never gets old. I like the Cinecine scenes. Yeah, it's pretty funny. I don't know why. It feels like we haven't recorded in a long time. I say that every single time we record, but I feel like it has been a while again. Has it been?
It actually hasn't really, because it was like 3 weeks ago, because we had a late show this month. We were like 2 weeks late on it.
Was it really only 3 weeks ago?
I think so, because today's the 28th. I'm pretty sure we recorded on the 7th.
You know what? I posted it on August 8th.
Yeah, so we did on the 7th.
So
and I posted it like 2 days from now.
I think we recorded that a couple days before, so it has been about 3 weeks. So yeah, 3 weeks is pretty much on par where we're supposed to be. So so
I actually almost canceled on you guys again today. I was like, I can't do it. I canceled like 2 times in a row.
Oh man, that would have been super bad because
I know
we got lots of prep to do.
I was like super scared that I wasn't gonna fit in everything. Like I didn't get the special features, which obviously like I'll talk about, but like I didn't know if I was gonna be able to squeeze in my movie. I did mine last, but I made it happen.
I was a little worried about that actually, because for the people that watch this show and listen to the show and follow 22 Shots, and you guys are avid listeners, you know that we're always prepping for like multiple shows at one time. And when life gets crazy and you do it and you have lots of prep, man, it's like, it just feels like you got the weight of the world on your shoulders. It's crazy. I understand that, man, completely. Like I said, like, you know, just with our September schedule is going to be pretty bananas, because like with 22 Shots, we're doing the Hills Have Eyes franchise next week. And if we had to bump this would have been kind of crazy, because that's a 5-film franchise that we're doing next week. And then, so we have a lot of shit to do, but
and 92 is quickly approaching as well, which I did go and look at my total, because I was like, shit, I'm like, feel like I'm way behind. And I was about like 35, 34, somewhere around there, which is better than I thought I was at.
You still got a month too, so that's really not that bad.
But I literally I watched, I think, 8 movies last week, 8 in one day.
Yeah.
Like
I just being able to do that.
I just took Saturday and just fucking 92'd it up, like watched 8 fucking 92 movies in like a day. It was fun.
Are you focusing on ones that could potentially be on the list, or
I'm gonna start doing that now. I literally just been, the whole time I've been doing prep, I've randomized my picks.
Mm-hmm.
I just shuffle my list on Letterboxd and pick what comes up. But it was funny that one of the movies was not really a movie. It was The Witches of Eastwick. It was a pilot for a TV show.
Huh.
And it's like 20 minutes.
Okay, great. A number of pattern for me.
And but it came up in the randomizer. I couldn't find it. I was like, where is this thing? Here it was like a TV pilot.
I can send you some shorts to pad your list out.
I've been having fun actually watching a bunch of like the 92 TV films.
I found the one that you watched, and like I added to my list because it was accessible. I watched that Black Magic the other day.
Oh yeah,
I actually really liked that movie.
I liked it too.
I thought
I
it was
like Judge
funny.
Reinhold. He's like the perfect.
That was the thing I
idiot.
liked though. Like that had like such a good cast, and I was like really happy to see Judge Reinhold take a lead role. You never really saw that.
I thought he played that character well, because it's meant to be kind of a goofy,
but I thought
like it's a comedy horror.
So ass. I thought it was kind of the script.
It just had like a fun like tone to it as well.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta remember
Brian James's accent in that fucking movie.
Yeah, Brian James. It had.
And it has that banger Istanbul song.
That was a great song, that Constantinople shit.
Yeah. I love that song. Even New York.
And by the way, that's not a real place. There's no
Amsterdam.
there's no town called Istanbul in fucking what state was it supposed to be in? Kentucky or some shit?
North Carolina.
North Carolina. Yeah, there's no Istanbul.
I didn't even care enough to even look that up.
I was curious because
where,
I think that I don't know. I was just like I've never heard of this fucking place. Not like I know.
I got to the point where like I narrowed it down to like only movies people have rated 4 stars and movies like like you have to watch. But there were some interesting movies that got to stay on my list because of Tony.
Well, you're about to see another 4-star movie that I'm about to log called Motorcycle. Have you guys ever heard of that one?
No.
I have now, I guess.
Also known as Billy Bad. So this is like almost like a slasher in the desert with this couple. They're just driving across the Mojave Desert, and on this certain stretch of land, they encounter Billy Bad, which is like a biker, but he's almost like the brother of the killer in Slumber Party Massacre 2. He's got like that rockabilly look, and he's obnoxious, and he's just like a fucking little weasel, and he's just like terrorizing them. It's honestly really fun.
Motorcycle.
Did any of you guys
That's
watch
amazing.
To Catch a Killer?
No, I wrote it down. I had seen that it was 92 or whatever, and then I saw the runtime. I was like, God damn. Fucking
it's a mini series.
Yeah, so it's 3 hours, but
yeah, it's 2 parts.
I
actually own it on DVD from like Umbrella, I think.
Oh shit.
From way back in the day when I used to get screeners from them. But it's basically I don't think I had always thought I had seen it, but I don't think I ever have. I might have when I was a kid. It was a TV movie, obviously, so it ran on TV all the time. But it's John Wayne Gacy basically.
Yeah.
And I thought it was pretty good, honestly. Like the casting was a bit odd because like the guy doesn't really look like John Wayne Gacy, like if you've ever seen John Wayne Gacy. But I thought it was like pretty well done. And cool thing is it takes place partially on Christmas.
Oh baby.
Yeah, which is like, a win for me all the time.
Billy Bad. Here we go.
But yeah, I watched that one. I've watched Kronos for this first time ever. Watched Tetsuo 2. A bunch of stuff.
Have you watched Axum yet?
That was one of my early ones. That movie's rough.
Dude, it is legitimately so bad. It's bad.
Yeah, like it's fucking bad.
I've watched it enough to where I'm actually starting to like it.
Has anybody watched In the Deep Woods?
No.
It was a TV film. It's got Rosanna Arquette, Anthony Perkins. Like there's a bunch of faces in this film that's actually pretty recognizable. It's actually pretty decent. I think it was Anthony Perkins' last role before he passed away from AIDS. So I think it's his last credit. So I wanted to check it out for that reason because I'm such a huge Anthony Perkins fan and I'd never seen it before. So I was like, perfect opportunity to prep for 92. And I was like, shit, dude. So it was on YouTube. So I was like, fuck it, watch it. So, but
all right, that's what I like to hear on YouTube.
Not a bad watch though.
I've actually watched a bunch of stuff on YouTube, dude. YouTube has been great for 92.
You know what's kind of crazy? You never think of this, but like I ended up watching 2 movies from 92. They're thrillers with Drew Barrymore in them. From 92. Yeah, Poison Ivy is one of them, and then the other one is called No Place to Hide. It's got Chris Christopherson in it, and Martin Landau, and Drew Barrymore, O.J. Simpson. Like, what the fuck?
The juice.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Yeah. So.
I actually kind of fucking loved Poison Ivy.
That movie is so fucking disgusting.
I know.
Like the scene where like Tom Skerritt's fucking leathery ass is like hunched over fucking.
But it's shot like sexy.
But the fact that she was like 17 when she made that makes it even.
She had to be young.
Yeah, she was. She was 17 in that film, and it
so gross.
It just. Oh man,
icky.
Yeah.
I wonder how Tom Skerritt felt making that.
But I will say though, like Drew Barrymore looked good in both those movies, though. I can say that.
I've caught all the.
See, I can see she's older than I am, so if I was watching those in 92,
I don't think
I was only 12.
I had a crush on Drew Barrymore for sure.
I did too, man. I was 12, so. But yeah, I could say it. Okay.
So what was the tease that Vinegar Syndrome did that you shared the other day.
About the box set?
Yeah, like was there a couple things on there? Or was it just the box set tease?
It was mostly just that, and then what was it, like 150 to 200 like outer print titles that they found in their warehouse moving.
So is this some Charles Band shit right now? Like we're gonna
They
pull
did
out some
that last
really
year,
obscure
too.
shit too?
They did that last year too. Like,
It's
there
kind of
was a couple-
smelling like a band.
That's a lot of titles to just find in your warehouse, though, like that are out of print. That's a lot. I mean, I'm assuming there's probably only, from what I
like how
briefly
many
read,
copies of each?
I think there's only a couple. It even specifically said just putting in your cart and buying it doesn't reserve your copy. They're going to go in how they were bought. So if you bought a copy after they were already sold out.
Well, last year when they did it, they sold out in 1 minute. Like the stuff that was at like the Vice Academy, they had a couple copies of that. Like they were gone instantly.
I remember that. I remember looking at the out of print titles and going, "Oh, I'm so happy that I'm one of those fucking hoarders that has all these titles already."
Me too.
Like clicking on all of them.
Like I'm trying to think of ones that I don't have that I should like look out for.
Yeah, there's the one.
I can't think of
Blu-ray.
any.
There's
I
one.
mean, I missed the entire VSA line before like 28.
That would be pretty cool if they had some of the early ones of those to come up for the people that missed out on those.
And then didn't they announce that they're doing a new sub label too?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like
Oh yeah,
Partner label.
Pinku movies.
It's partner label, isn't it, or is it a sub label?
sub label, I think. Right?
Oh, it's a sub label. I thought
Is
it
it?
said.
Tony would know, right? It's a
Yeah, I
sub
think it's
label.
a sub label.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
I
thought it was
Mhm.
a sub label too.
Oh, I thought I read partner label. I'm like, oh, okay, well, another partner label. They come and go. So, but so Pink. That sounds like Japanese Pinky films.
Yeah, they're kind of like sleeve. That's what they are. It's
Yeah,
Is
it's
that what it
exactly
is?
what it is.
Yeah.
Oh
Mhm.
fuck yeah! Well, I love Pinky. Like the Pinky collection that fucking Snaps put out, like on their sub label years ago, is fucking awesome. Do you have that one, Tony? The Pinky collection?
No, I actually don't even. I'm not even really well versed in like Pinku movies.
Oh, dude,
Yeah,
those
because
movies are
I was
fucking
trying to explain
awesome.
to
They're
Daisy
so much
that
fun.
they're
Man.
like, yeah. At first, I said, well, they're kind of like pervert movies. So you thought it was just porn. I'm like, no, they're like sleazy movies.
No,
but
they're
like-
not porn.
Yeah, they're like.
I mean, they're
sleazy
sleazy.
movies, but
Yeah.
they're not porn.
Sleazy action,
But like
they're
so are
just-
giallos. It's like having a giallo line.
they're Japanese exploitation films. That's what they are.
Yeah.
I will say I got my package for like this month in the mail the other day.
Yeah.
Yep, I
And,
got mine
like,
already.
I was talking a lot of shit on that Fessenden box set, but it's kind of fucking nice a little bit.
Did you
It
buy
is
that?
a nice ass box
It's
set.
pretty nice set.
It came with the subscription.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I
it's
saw a
fucking
couple.
fad. You got a nice book. Like it's
Yeah.
honestly pretty crazy.
Yeah.
And then when the
I
second one
kinda
comes
like
out,
that.
the two spines are gonna match, and it's gonna
Right.
look good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw people showing it off on Instagram, and I was like, "That looks pretty cool. It looks pretty cool." I'm still not going to get it though. I don't need it.
If I had
that
a
bad.
choice, I still would have stuck with my Scream Factory set.
Yeah, I just like.
I have
it's
never even
compact.
finished my Screen Factory set. I think I only watched 2 movies in it.
I think when that Fessenden set came out, I think I ripped through them all because I
Yeah,
really wanted
I
to watch
did.
Habit again. And
Because
stuff,
I got
and
that. Yeah, I got that when I like didn't have enough movies yet, where it's like overflowing, and I could kind of like watch
Right.
everything as it came.
yeah.
There's no better feeling than upgrading something that you haven't watched yet.
Dude,
Yeah.
I always laugh about that when I watch fucking Parker's videos. It's hilarious. He's like, yeah, so I bought this on VHS, DVD, Blu-ray, and now I'm probably going to watch the 4K for the first time. Dude, what the fuck? He's bought it 4 different formats. And he's like, I swear they're all still sealed. I'm like, oh my God.
Dude,
He's notorious for doing that.
Yeah. It's funny. There's a Criterion movie I did that with. Like I had the Warner Archive, and then Criterion put out the 4K. I was like, I don't want to upgrade this, and I upgraded it, and I didn't even like it.
Oh,
Like it's
That
actually
fucking
funny when I
sucks.
it's actually funny when I look at some of like the movies I have on the shelf. Like I have Sleepaway Camp 2 and 3 Scream Factory sealed. Like those
Yeah.
came out so long ago.
Yeah.
you could sell those for hundreds.
I was just going to
Well,
say, you
no,
should
I don't
sell
think
those and
anymore. I
get the
think the
4Ks.
value dipped a bunch when they released the 4Ks.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Oh.
Now they're like obsolete.
Yeah.
They're only
I
for,
have like
insane,
Motel
like,
Hell
collectors.
Scream Factory sealed sitting on the shelf over there.
It's crazy.
It's like funny, like some of the sealed copies of things I have. But that happens to me too. Like I'll literally have like a Blu-ray that's sealed, and then I'll get like some 4K upgrade, and I'm like, well, this Blu-ray is literally like pointless now.
It's obsolete.
It's just like sitting there.
Like the only people that would like be in the market to buy this thing have 4K players.
Right. But I did watch my copy of Rage Carrie 2 from Screen Factory back in the day, so
That's what I
got
watched
to watch
for
my
this show.
copy of Pet Sematary too. That was on the shelf for years.
I literally wasn't going to watch it. Like I was like, okay, I'm because I feel like we didn't just do the Carrie franchise, do Carrie, and it was
that's why I did it.
It was still in my mind. I don't know, it was weird. So like I didn't pick up the Vinegar Syndrome one, so I ended up watching this double feature here.
Yeah, I was happy I got to randomly crack open my
and watching it, I was like,
it?
I completely remember this movie verbatim. Like it was weird. It
I
sticks
actually
in my
remembered
mind.
it a lot more than I thought I was going
Yeah,
to. Well,
it's funny because people always shit on the Rage Carrie 2. I remember when it came out like in 99 and people were like, that is fucking terrible. I'm like, dude, it's the same movie as the first one. It's just a little bit different. It's the same structure.
It's way ahead of its time. It's like one of the first true legacy sequels.
Yeah. And honestly, it's not like mind blowing, but it's fun. It's totally fun. I don't mind it. So
yeah,
but
we'll get to it.
Yeah, no, we'll get to it.
I was really excited. I got to crack open my good old Leprechaun pot of gore set.
why?
Because I got to watch Leprechaun.
Oh, 92. Yeah.
Because apparently Leprechaun's not 93. My entire life it was 93 until this year.
I mean, I watch Leprechaun every year, so it's like like I literally I think I watched like 1, 2, and 3 this year. I always go in a cycle, so like next St. Patrick's Day I'll be like 4. I just go look at my Letterboxd and
I'm skipping 4.
I was the same way. I had already watched Leprechaun before even knowing it was a 92 movie, so it's already been prepped and done.
But I usually skip Origins. Like that's the one I can't really fuck with that much.
Yeah, fuck that fucking movie.
I'll watch it every like 5th cycle or something.
I don't even have all the Leprechaun movies even logged in Letterboxd because we did that show before I went on Letterboxd. So I think I only have the first 3.
I mean, dude, my my like all time like stats, you know what I mean? Like I'm pretty sure Leprechaun is like a top film for me.
Yeah, you seem to watch those films like around in March every year. For sure.
Like if I'm looking at my top films,
I'm gonna start breaking out Red
Leprechaun
Clover.
1 and 2 are my number 1 and 2 film watches.
That's fucking hilarious, man.
Yeah, Leprechaun 2 9 times, Leprechaun 9 times, Children of the Corn 9 times, Jaws 9 times. Oh, Leprechaun 3 8 times.
Jesus,
that is wild, dude.
Hellraiser 8 times, Elm Street 8 times, Gremlins 8 times, Silent Night, Deadly Night 8 times, and Zombie 8 times.
Man, you just really just cut it off at 8, don't you?
Well, yeah. Well, if you look at most of these movies, they're all like Jaws is a some like 4th of July.
Yeah, they're holiday centered.
Yeah, like Sleepaway Camp, I would try to squeeze in like every summer. Leprechaun every St. Patrick's Day, Silent Night, Deadly Night every fucking Christmas, and then Texas Chainsaw actually moved up to 8 times. I've been watching that a lot more lately. Got to go see it in the fucking theater, boys. It was awesome.
You just watched a print, right?
I want to see that shit in 40x.
No, it actually wasn't a print. It was actually like the 4K dark sky.
It's so true though. Like as film fans, like we are very much verbatim when it comes to like watching holiday based films. It's ridiculous. Like my most watched films are like all Christmas films. It's ridiculous. Like The Night Before is 8 times on here. Christmas Vacation 8 times. Home Alone 2 7 times. And then Silent Night, Deadly Night 6. Christmas Evil 6. And then the next one, the first film on here that's not a holiday-based film is Demons with 6. And then Halloween 3, Bad Santa 2, Christmas Story, Mickey's Christmas Carol. It's fucking wild, man. Krampus.
It's actually like, it's kind of crazy looking at like my list because like,
and this is only from 2018, by the way, for the people that are like trying to figure this out. Because I only logged shit that I watched since I started in 2018. January 1st, 2018 is when I started. So
I started 2021, and my top film with 5 times is Perfect Blue and The Cremator.
Perfect Blue
Mine's-
and the Cremator, dude. We all have such weird taste when it
I
comes
love
to
how
like what
that's
movies
the
we
movie
watch.
you've logged the most.
The
Perfect
Cremator,
Times.
But the Cremator, you're just like, I need something very entertaining.
like
I just
like
every
JP's
time
dying
I
inside
watch
right
it,
now.
there's such a smile on my face. I just think it's fucking hilarious. I'm just laughing the entire time. It's just awesome.
JP's dying inside when he
Yeah.
hears the Cremator's been logged that
I
many
got
times.
Leprechaun 2, so but like for example, Zombie, right? Like that's a movie I didn't grow up with. I didn't even think it was that good when I first seen it. It's become one of my all-time favorite movies. Like I watch it every year pretty much. 8 times logged, like fucking love Zombie to death now. It's so wild how you like develop tastes over time. Like
You know what's okay? This is really weird. So, like all the movies I listed, like after Day of the Beast, is Don't Open Till Christmas, Fat Man, Better Watch Out, Bad Santa, Black Christmas. Then the second non-holiday film is Grave Robbers, the one that I talked about in last episode.
No shit. How weird.
4 fucking times I've watched that movie since that Blu-ray came out. That's crazy.
That's
I don't
cool,
know.
though.
There's something really odd about that movie. I'm so drawn to it. It's such a weird, quirky, fucking strange film. Oddly enough, about like kind of like necrophilia. I'm wearing a necromantic shirt. And then and then actually Phantasm, Evil Dead's right after that. The Fog, The Burning. I apparently watched The Burning 4 times, and here I am shitting on it while we're reviewing it.
Phantasm,
You lying ass.
Phantasm for 6.
Bloody New Year. That's a funny one. Oh, dude, I have such like it's all Christmas.
See, it's a New Year's movie.
But
I
I mean,
got
I-
Christmas
like-
Evil at 4. That's
But
my
I have
highest
Cannibal
holiday.
Holocaust in here 4 times. City Living Dead 4. House on the Edge of the Park. Zombie. Dawn of the Dead. Like they're all like 4. Yeah. So
Yeah, I have a Dawn of the Dead on my number 7 watches.
yeah.
My number 2 movie is Pumpkinhead 2.
I
What-
respect it.
Pumpkinhead 2. How many watches?
I love Pumpkinhead
Let's
2.
see.
Moodz is a hater, but Pumpkinhead 2 is fucking rad.
11.
11 times.
Well,
11.
keep in mind, I've been on Letterboxd since 2015.
Yeah.
But Pumpkinhead 2 it's a ritualistic movie. My friends and I, we watch that every single year while we carve pumpkins for Halloween.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, and that's like with
That's
like,
awesome.
Christmas Vacation. Like when me and the wife and kid are setting up the tree and stuff, we put the movie on.
Yeah,
So it
like
is
a lot
like
of
a
mine
traditional
are
movie.
like ritualistic type
Right.
watches.
My number 1 is My Bloody Valentine for obvious reasons.
Crazy.
Yeah, I've
Nice.
been logging.
That's
since
on my list too.
2000
Actually, it's another 4 times. It's 5 times. So
2012 is when mine start.
Yeah, I got Funny Games at 4. That's my next. That's where my next list
But
starts now.
I just happen to have a list of everything I watched since 2012. I just started keeping track.
yeah.
But my like output in 2012 was like 100 movies. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I wasn't like crazy.
That's like my January output every year. When work is slow and like I got time.
I have
Dude, did
logs
any-
going back to 2004 because I keep all my ticket stubs, so I've like logged all of those.
Yeah, that's
Wow,
pretty
that's
cool.
cool.
Yeah.
I think Shaun of the Dead is like my first actual log from 2004.
I have a ticket stub, my earliest ticket stub, which the way that I don't even get ticket stubs anymore with like the AMC pass
Yeah.
thing and shit.
Oh, I do it the boomer way. I walk in there, I go with the thing, I scan my thing, get my little ticket.
I
stub, and-
started
Buy
doing
all my
that
tickets on
for
my
a bit,
phone.
but like
Yeah,
everybody
every once
was
in a
like,
while, I do that too. But every
seemed
once in a while,
annoyed.
someone will tell me, "He's like, oh, you can just scan your phone." And
Yeah,
get
I
the
know,
ticket."
it's
I'm
like-
like, I don't want to do that.
I do it because I always get my seats like a day or 2 before I go.
Yeah,
So
I
because
do that.
I always
but,
have to
like,
sit in I'm very OCD. I always have to sit in the same seats. And if they're
I-
gone,
I buy my
I'm
seats
perplexed on what to do. It's crazy.
ahead of time,
Yeah.
100% of
fucked.
the time. But when I walk in, there's a kiosk where you can just scan it and buy tickets, like on a
Right.
kiosk, and I just scan it, print out my ticket, and then go give it to the guy instead of just giving the guy my phone.
But my like oldest ticket stub that I have somewhere around here is Amityville 2005.
Yeah, I don't really.
Nice.
It's weird. I never really collected a lot of my movie stubs, but I still have like concert tickets from the 90s, bro. Like,
Jeremy
it's
has
crazy.
Jeremy has ticket stubs from like the early 2000s. Like he has like all his shit.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Amityville 2005 was the first R-rated movie I bought a ticket for when I turned 17.
Yeah.
Mine was.
I don't think I saw that in the cinema.
I think I snuck into that one
I
or
don't think
something.
I saw that. I don't know if I did or
Had
not.
somebody buy me a ticket.
Yeah, I'm trying to think the first one I legally bought was. I really don't know.
I have no fucking clue.
The
I
first
was getting
R-rated
in
movie
before
Like
I
legally
was.
bought? Oh fuck, man.
Yeah.
I was
first
getting.
R-rated
I know
movie-
for sure I was able to get in before I was 17.
Yeah, the first R-rated movie
It
I
was
saw
pretty
in
liberal
theaters
around here,
was,
man. If they didn't really ID you a lot, man. If you look like if you're 15, 16, you're going into like an R film, they're just like,
well,
I'll
one of
still
my
forever
theaters
credit
was,
this
Move
black
along.
dude for this black dude. I've told this story before, but I went to go see Friday the 13th, 09, didn't have an ID or anything. They wouldn't let me in. It was opening night. I was so hyped for it. All my friends were there. And this black dude said he would say he was my dad. And it was the
I remember the story.
It was the dopest shit, bro. And I was like, he's
Awesome.
like, yeah, that's my boy. Like, that's my son. And I was like, yeah, I'm his son.
It'd been funny if he's like, he's retarded. And then they look at you and you're like,
But what are they gonna say? They're gonna be like, no, like that's like
That's
why
racist.
no?
You can't
Why
say
no?
that.
Yeah, why no?
exactly.
It was
Oh,
the-
God.
That's why you gotta like embellish it and have fun with it.
Yeah. It was awesome.
Disneyland.
right. So do we have any Vinegar Syndrome news or anything to report besides this? As we
I don't-
record, the sale is starting here in about 4 hours, and that's going
Yeah.
to be
I don't
apparently,
think so, because since we recorded so late last time, we had like all the news.
Yeah. So we know there's, like you said, there's a bunch of titles that are being revealed that are out of print and stuff, and then the titles, the VS line and all that stuff is being revealed on Monday, right? Which is the first.
Yep.
Do we know
So-
what's coming out, Tony? You're usually the guy that knows.
There's an Italian box set. It's a 3-film set that's not necessarily giallo.
Oh yeah, it said
Oh,
like
cool.
a non-forgotten Gialli set, right? Like it's not.
Yeah, and then there's a
a
90s creature
It'd be
feature.
funny if you said the not Giallo. Forgotten.
Is that yeah, that would be funny. What about isn't the other Fessenden set this month or is it the month after?
I think that's next month.
Okay.
I mean, it doesn't matter what it is for Italian. I'm pretty excited for that because hopefully it's shit that.
What if it's
new.
What if it's
Oh,
Phantom of the Opera?
don't.
There is another
No.
Argento coming, and it's Phantom of the Opera. We already know.
Yeah.
Argento Forgotten Classics.
There was
Forgotten
confirmation
classic.
on one of them.
Yeah, what was it?
Let me look it up. Give me a minute.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
always very welcoming to the Italian stuff. I actually made a post today just before right when I got to work because I couldn't grab my mail yet. And I'm just like golden age of collecting, man. Lamberto Bava box sets. Like getting released so close in proximity to each other. It's just like it's crazy.
Yeah,
It's crazy, man. Those are nice
yeah.
sets.
I'm
Just got
behind on
those.
a lot of stuff like from Severin and shit, but
The
I
Bloodstained Lawn.
the fuck
I
is
don't know
that?
what that is.
It's not. Is that a sequel to the Bloodstained Shadow? I'm
It's
joking. I know it's.
1973.
I know it's not. The Bloodstained
1973.
Lawn. Okay.
Okay.
I don't think that had a release before. So
Is that
that's-
is that an Italian movie or is that like a?
Yep.
Sounds pretty Italian.
Yeah, that doesn't have a release. I don't think.
Okay, cool.
That I
I'm down
know.
with that.
Yeah, that's one of the movies. Somebody like saw the little teaser and solved it.
Man, they're getting real fucking good at that.
Yeah.
I don't know how people can do that shit.
Yeah, especially for something
Dude,
like
you
that,
can
too.
show me literally a part of a cover and I still won't. It's like it changed the colors and everything.
You could show me a still from probably a Friday the 13th movie and I probably won't get it.
Yeah, I'm
And
terrible.
I've
with
seen
that
it a
shit,
million
man.
fucking times.
You could show me a still of Jason, and I won't get the right movie.
You probably could with Mike Myers though. Like if you just if
Dude,
you just
no,
saw a picture
I-
of the
Yeah,
mask,
Jason's pretty distinguishable. in every
I'm
movie.
rough with Myers. Like I always forget which one's which. I
You
just
re-
know that Halloween 2 is like my favorite look.
It's like you have some that look similar, like 4 and 5. He looks similar. I'd say.
No, I think
No.
4 is very distinctive
No.
because the mask is
5
really bad.
looks completely different than any of them.
Yeah,
Really? Okay,
4
maybe I'm
is
just stupid then.
4 is hilarious. Like actually, how bad the
but
mask
I'll probably
is,
get
but-
part 6 or not 6, 7 H2O because the fucking like the eye hole is too big
There's like 4 different variations in Halloween
there's
H2O.
literally a CG one too. I'll get that.
There's a CG one, a prototype one, a
Yeah.
remade one.
They're really similar in 1 and 3.
3.
Yeah, he's in the commercials.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
Oh, for fuck's sakes. It's literally a commercial from part 1.
That was like a Brandon fucking
John
joke.
Carpenter's
I know,
classic
that's exactly what I was
Halloween.
thinking.
Oh my god, that's stupid, dude. Come on.
Yeah, to
So,
all you
yeah,
people
not
that
really.
cry about
I'm wearing the
Myers not being
Cowboys
in
of
part
the
3.
NHL on my head, so I might as well act like it.
Yeah, which is completely false, right? Because he technically is in part 3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want to get real technical about it, but all right. Yeah, I mean, I got nothing else. You guys want to get into these solo reviews or?
Yep.
All right, so the order that was determined before the show started goes Tony, Tyler, me, JP.
I'm anchoring.
So that was done by randomizer, like we always do. So, Tony, let's get it started.
Okay, so the first movie we're doing is 5 Dead on the Crimson Canvas. It is a 1996 American giallo that was shot in Long Island, New York by a guy named Joseph Parda, who really the only other notable thing that he did was a movie the next year called Guilty Pleasures that was released by Saturn's Core. I'm sure you guys didn't get that movie, right?
Nope. I mean, yeah.
Wait, you did?
No.
I was about to say, like,
how old of a release is that?
I'm not sure. Did you get it, Moodz? Guilty Pleasures from Saturn's Core?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you have like all the Saturn.
I think he has
right?
the whole line. Right?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, that's really the only other notable movie that that director's made. And that one's also a giallo, but I think that one's an anthology movie too. I haven't seen it.
It's like one of the handfuls of Saturn Core I haven't watched yet. So I actually didn't even realize that he had done that. So that's kind of crazy. I wish I didn't realize that because I actually probably would have watched that just to compare. But interesting. What year was Guilty Pleasures?
That was the year after. It has better reviews too. I looked it up on Letterboxd.
Oh, okay. Crazy. Interesting.
And that one is shot on video. This one from the Gowser, it's not shot on video. It's shot on Super 8 and edited on video.
Yeah.
So this is basically just a love letter to like giallo movies. There's literally nothing special about this story. So the opening is nice because you get a nice nude shower scene that goes on for about 10 minutes. It feels
De Palma.
Yep. Honestly, exactly. Like there's so much De Palma in here, so much Argento in here. There's like split screen. But yeah, you have your opening shower scene, and then the black glove killer comes in and takes care of her. But there's like one interesting thing about the opening kill is that like when the knife stabbings start happening, like the actual audio cuts out and it's just the music you hear after that. So I couldn't tell if that was like an actual like choice or not.
I know.
Or a mistake.
I actually, when I was watching this, I actually took notes, and I was wondering about. I wanted to ask that question because I didn't want. I thought maybe they would disclose in the features or something like that. But like,
I would
because we know Super 8.
I would bet it's unintentional.
Yeah, because like when you record with Super 8, you generally don't have audio, right? You do all the audio post with Super 8 film. So I'm wondering if that was just, but even after the fact, if you wanted to remaster, you could still put the audio in there eventually, right? Like if you're doing a remastered version, you could still do that, right? Because I know, because you watch a lot of Super 8 stuff, and then when they do the audio post, like there's tons of shit that you don't, like you're seeing that you're not hearing sound effects, especially footsteps and stuff. Which was something I was really good at doing when I was in school and working on commercials. Like I did Honda commercials and Toyota commercials and stuff, and putting footsteps, and I was really good at doing it. I just had this weird knack for it. But a lot of people don't put them in. It's actually quite hard to do because you have to look at your surroundings and all that type of shit. So people just generally don't put them in for sounds. And I can see with Super 8, when you have to do all that work, you probably wouldn't do that. But that was pretty blatant that she's screaming. She's like, and I'm like, it almost seemed like they were doing a homage to, like, at that point, silent films. Because it had the music.
That would be so funny, and I would not be surprised.
Yeah.
There are so many weird homages. But I also asked that because honestly, like the sound quality of this Blu-ray is kind of shitty. Like if
Well,
you're not,
there are Super 8 that did like do audio.
Yeah, but a
So I
lot
don't
of
know if they used the actual audio from the Super 8 or they had like
well,
separate
there's a lot of
audio.
Super 8 cameras that don't come with audio, so people just did it after kind of thing or whatever.
The reason I thought maybe that they did use the audio one is because it was so fucking much later, like 96,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
96. Well, that's the weird thing about this film is that I thought it was really unique that they used Super 8 in 1996 because that was
Yeah,
very foreign at that point.
Mhm.
It's
yeah.
very odd to use Super 8. Like, I mean, you would probably go to something else at that point, but yeah, very interesting choice. And it shows it's Super 8 low
Mhm.
quality
The
stock for
movie
sure.
definitely looks like older than it is, like
Yeah.
Mhm.
stylistically, which was pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean,
I love the look of Super 8.
it's intended because they're trying to make a throwback giallo, so why not use film like modern stock that's just it's going to give you that throwback appeal because this is probably before you could use filters and shit, right? So you wanted to
Mhm.
accomplish that throwback look by just using actual film stock, right? So it's stylistic. I like that choice. It probably would. I think it works better than it would if they shot on video. You know what I mean? It has that
Mhm.
different. Yeah. So
I like it too, and the soundtrack is completely overdubbed, which of course you're gonna do if you're doing a Giallo love letter. So I'm glad they went to those lengths.
Mhm.
But yeah, you get your opening shower kill, and then after that, it pretty much the opening scene is at an art gallery for this artist named Richard Strebe. He's an artist who specializes in like the macabre, and people really love like how he can capture death and how he's obsessed with death. It reminded me of that Tim Roth episode of Tales from the Crypt,
Yeah, I know
which
that
I'm
one.
sure they just completely ripped that off.
right.
But later on in the night, Richard is with his wife Gloria, and she leaves for one moment, comes back downstairs, and he's by an open window being attacked by the same guy that was killing the girl in the shower earlier in the movie. And he pulls him out of the window, and then you don't see him again. So, of course, Gloria calls the police, and in true Giallo fashion, they're completely horrible and inept at their jobs. And they're like, if there's no body, we can't even investigate unless there's been 48 hours. Because, of course, in movie rules, you have to wait 24 or 48 hours before they even do anything.
Yep.
And of course, there's no blood left over from
Yeah,
when he
there's
was
no
being stabbed.
blood, no nothing.
Yeah.
So, next day, she calls in her husband's younger brother, Bill, to come and help, like, figure out the whole situation. And then it's basically just goes off from there. You have Bill and Gloria who are basically like your amateur sleuths doing like the detective work while the cops do nothing. And then meanwhile, a killer is going around and killing people that have to do specifically with the gallery that night. And they're specifically people that own pieces of that man's art. And they're killing them and stealing the art. And you don't know why that's happening. So I'm gonna say like the movie is nothing special, but I honestly had a pretty decent time with it. Like it's just like take every giallo and just make it's almost like an AI script. You know what I mean? It's just like the most generic AI or just giallo I can think of. It's super cheap. The soundtrack is kind of shitty. It's like imagine a giallo soundtrack in elevator music form with like orchestrated synth and shit. That was pretty horrible. The overdub, like I said, it's kind of like spotty in spots. Like the detective in particular really sounds bad. Like the actual volume of it's like super low. And
Mhm.
there's a disclaimer before the movie where they said that the audio track got severely damaged and they could just do whatever they could with it. So I would definitely recommend putting subtitles on that. But in terms of body count, there's actually a pretty decent amount of deaths. I counted 11, and they're usually pretty spaced apart. There's like kind of like a lull in the middle where there's probably like a 25 to 30 minute gap between deaths. But in between that, you have this crazy scene where the brother's going to like this beatnik, like speak like this speakeasy, and then there's this guy who's so aggressively like saying this poem, and he's like screaming it. And of course, he says the name of the movie in his poem. He's like, 5 dead on the crimson canvas.
Dude, it was so cheesy that that's where like the title of the movie comes from. This dude in this beatnik just going ape shit reading this poem. It's so fucking 90s to do that. So like it's like a throwback to the 70s, but it's so 90s in parts of the movie. Like,
And it's so long too. That whole scene.
it just looks so
But, like-
90s. It's like that fucking coffee house, like aggressive shit. Like I know beatniks goes back like obviously to the 50s and stuff like that. It's like it's an old school thing. But like that scene just screamed 90s so hard. I don't know what it was, man. It was just oh shit, dude. It had me.
Yeah, what
rolling.
the hell was with the 90s and like the whole beatnik scene?
It
was
was like
wild.
it was revamped because it definitely died out in like the 60s and 70s, and obviously the 80s didn't give a fuck. But like it was like the 90s like revived it. It was like the early 90s. Even in the later 90s, like 96 and stuff, like it was still kind of going on. That whole coffee house thing was just becoming popular within like certain crowds and stuff like that. I don't know how it became that. I remember that shit being really big where I live. Like the coffee houses and having the poetry readings and doing all this fucking, you know, you go and smoke your, but like even in the 90s, cops in like at these coffee houses, you just go and smoke bud in these coffee houses, man. Nobody give a fuck. You had these places like they were legal places, but you can go and do that shit. It was crazy. Yeah. So, but it's very artsy bullshit. So
Yep.
we had this place
Yeah,
called
this-
the Urban Coffee House, and like by day, it was literally like this real fancy, dorky, beatnik poetry reading place where people were very snobby about their coffee and their mochachinos and all that type of shit. And at night, they literally hosted death metal bands.
Hell yeah.
I'm not joking.
You gotta
dude.
go where the money's at.
Yeah, it was awesome.
We have a Donato's here that hosts death metal bands
That's
in their
awesome.
basement.
That's awesome.
A fucking pizza place. Oh gosh, where was I? Oh yeah, we're talking about the beatnik place. I did really like the barista in that and how like aggressive he was and so like southern. Like he'd go up to him, he's like, "Everybody's looking for something. I'm looking for 1959." Like whatever the fuck that's supposed to mean.
I think he's referencing the film from the Corman film from 59.
Bucket
Really?
of blood.
Bucket of Blood. 1959 Bucket of Blood.
Holy
There's
There's
shit.
a lot of fucking references.
Yeah, because that
to
was a
Bucket of
fucking
Blood.
beatnik movie too.
Yeah, I don't know why just based on Bucket of Blood, but yeah, I think he's totally referring to
Yeah,
Bucket of Blood in
and
that scene.
Terror Tunes, right? Or Terror, whatever the fuck.
Yeah,
that
Terror
movie's
Tunes actually
called.
does a nice little parody of that
Evil
too.
Tunes.
Evil Tunes.
Yeah, we're
yeah.
getting a lot of that. Like it just like, and we did it on the show. It's just like weird, like that.
Yeah, and it
movie
was
keeps coming up.
My number one of that year. Love that
Dude,
movie.
Evil Tunes is that whole scene is fucking amazing. Such a great scene in Evil Tunes.
Whatever happened to that guy or whatever the hell?
Yeah. No, he should. That guy should have won an Oscar for that performance.
That's it.
It's great.
But this movie honestly is mostly a Deep Red knockoff. You have like the dude and the chick like going around. You have like a broken doll head that's really creepy. You have a girl getting stabbed in front of a window that's just like in Deep Red. You have like one of the red herrings getting smashed by a car like towards like the end of the movie. Like it's
Yeah.
really structured around Deep Red.
Mhm.
But I love Deep Red, so it really wasn't that big of a deal to me. But the reveal is honestly really fucking stupid and really funny in terms of like Giallo rules. Like it fits that perfectly.
Is it like I almost took it as like the making fun of like the bird with the crystal plumage, because that whole like you saw this a certain way but it didn't really happen that way. Because I remember when we reviewed this years ago, like JP, even like when they reveal it, he said he went back and watched that scene again. Is like, that's really not what happened, kind of thing. But like what happens in this film, it's definitely one of those moments where if you go back and watch the scene of how do you even explain that away?
You can't explain
don't.
it because
It's a
it literally
giallo.
no, without spoiling the movie, there's multiple people involved, and then the other person involved couldn't have possibly like done this specific situation in this like
Exactly.
scene.
because it
It's-
doesn't even play into like logic or nightmare logic. It doesn't even play anything out of it. Like, oh, is this person crazy? Did she do like, is she like, it doesn't even do any of that. It just kind of reveals the
Woozy.
moment of, it gives you a reveal, and then you think back and you go, well, that doesn't fucking make it.
No, yeah, that's a
make it like a-
complete plot hole right there.
It's a total plot hole because it's pretty funny, but I took it as like, are they kind of like poking fun at Argento's reveal in Bird with the Crystal Plumage? I don't know. Like, I mean, his isn't as ridiculous as this. Like, this is completely outlandish. Like, it's ridiculous.
That would be crazy, but I also wouldn't put it past them because they like if you do watch like the special features, they do seem like real, like almost like historian level, like of the genre.
For sure. There's a lot of moments in this film where you can tell that it was made by genre fans, giallo fans, for sure, 100%. You don't just accidentally make a film like this if you're not a fan of that genre. So it does completely make sense. But that's just the way I took it, because I was I laughed because I didn't remember. I'd seen this movie years ago. I have the old DVD and I couldn't remember the movie until I was watching it, and then the reveal happened. I was like, oh my god! It just instantly had me going, what the fuck?
Just remember how fucking stupid it was.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was dumb. And then like there was another choice that really fucking annoyed me about like when the killer revealed themselves, they were like aggressively chewing gum. And for some reason, they decided in the overdub to make like over the top mouth noises, like like while he's talking. I'm like, why the fuck did they even do that? The dude's like
had him and they had
chomping on
these-
gum like he's like on an NFL sideline.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm a guy that fucking hates mouth noises almost more than anything, and it was driving me fucking crazy.
You should have never told me that, buddy.
That's so funny.
You have
But
to
now
hang
you're
out
just
with
not
me
even
at
gonna
least
watch the
once
movie?
a year, bro. No, I'm
Wait,
gonna
what?
annoy the fuck out of you.
Oh yeah, you're just
I
gonna
said
be,
you got to hang out with me at least once a year, buddy.
you're just gonna be making out with my ears.
Yeah.
Because Carly fucking hates mouth noises too.
Oh my god!
Like she gets legitimately mad at me, bro.
And you're just like eating in silence.
Yeah, I'm just like,
So you're like one of those people that cannot watch like ASMR videos.
I can't do that shit now.
It's funny. It's so crazy.
I
Like, there's
fucking
like,
hate that stuff.
there's people that are like obsessed with that shit, and then there's people that just hate it. There's like no in between. It's fucking. I don't really understand the whole ASMR thing either.
I don't get
It's
it
so
either.
weird to me, but like, it's so
not my
crazy.
thing.
Those type of content creators are fucking massive, dude. You look
Yeah,
at their
there's this-
subs and their views. I'm just like, what the fuck?
There's this
Like,
girl that like
there's
just opens
huge market for
Pokemon
it.
cards like with ASMR on YouTube. She's like, today we're gonna open this many packs.
Oh,
And I just like
Ugh.
I stumbled on it once, and I was just like, I watched the video for a couple minutes. I was like, who? This video's for some really sad people.
Yeah, it's weird.
people find that shit therapeutic.
Well,
It's
I
crazy.
think this specific niche was probably for some pretty sad people. A girl whispering that she's opening Pokemon cards. Come on.
You're close to that niche if you're like watching that video. It's like,
It
let's
came
try
up.
Tyler.
It came
He
up. I
likes
clicked
cards.
on this. I was like, "What is this?" I was like, and then this one girl's like, "We have 6 packs of this." I was like, "What the fuck is this?" It's like this girl just opened Pokemon cards in like a sexy whisper voice, and guys are like, "Oh,
What the fuck?
You're actually
Well, the
pretty good at that,
shiny
Tyler.
one.
You should start an ASMR.
I could."
Little sub. You should
Well,
do
it's
it
just-
like when you're actually
you
playing
you should
cards.
do ASMR telling movie facts that are clearly.
one's the scapegoat.
That's what we should do with like unboxings. So you unbox like your package from
Goat
Vinegar
format.
Syndrome.
Isn't that a thing?
That is a
Go-
thing. I don't like Goat format. I like Edison format, and I'm a fucking ringer at Edison format.
ASMR horror edition, man. You know, you unbox your Vinegar Syndrome package, and then you take every wrapper off.
5 dead on a crimson canvas.
No,
it
you
sounds
don't. You don't
better
even
now.
talk. You
Pretty
just
good.
take them all off. You just unwrap them all, and then you slowly do that and make all the crinkling. Oh my god!
Oh,
It's like
God.
it's so fucking. I can't believe the market is so massive. It's just crazy. People are fucking weird. People have lost their dumb fucking minds these days.
Yeah,
man. It's
people were
crazy.
saying that about us buying Carrie for the third time.
I didn't buy Carrie for the third time, so you are
I
fucked
did.
up. Not me.
I technically bought Carrie for a third time. First was on VHS, and then it was on a triple DVD with the first one, the second one, and the remake
Oh, I
with
just had
Angela
the actual,
Bettis.
Yeah.
just the
I
single
had that
DVD
3-pack too. It
I
was
didn't
like
have
had the
that.
blue background, like black. The
Hmm.
back of it was like blue.
And I skipped the Scream Factory Blu-ray, so I went from that DVD straight to this 4K.
Big fan of these. I don't know what it is about these
Still
double
have
features.
it too for that.
I always like it's so simple, but just the double feature with the Screen Factory logo in it. I always like these double features.
Yeah,
They're
honestly,
very
that was
simple
like
and they're
that
they're
was
well
such a
put
great
together.
Age of Scream Factory was those double features, man.
I like that.
Yeah,
Kino
even on
does
their own
those,
discs
those
and everything.
4K double packs. Those are
Wow.
cool. Normally like $20.
Yeah. But that was another thing. They always had the movies on their own disc and shit. It was cool. Yeah. So they didn't cheap out with that.
I actually prefer it to be on the same.
Yeah, I
disc
like it
these
when they're
days.
on the same disc too, so I don't have to get up. Like,
I
just,
know,
like,
that's
go
what
the
I was
other
thinking,
way.
dude. I got so lazy over the years. It's like I don't.
Yeah,
wanna-
you guys are lazy. Give me separate discs, damn it.
Dude, I'm like so lazy that I'll own a movie on Blu-ray and I'm like, oh, it's on
You'll
fucking
fucking
HD
stream it.
Streaming.
I've done that
Screw it.
before. I'm like,
I'll
it's
stream it
only
if
a
I
Blu-ray.
own it. Who cares?
I was like, it's only a Blu-ray and it has a
Like-
4K. It's probably a
like,
better scan
I
editing.
You gotta
watched-
make sure your streaming shit's worth your dollar too.
Dude, I have this weird thing about me when it comes to like music and shit. Like, so the digitals usually always come out before the physical copies, and I won't listen to the digital version until I have my physical copy in my house. And sometimes, like, I'll be heading out to the cabin and shit, so I'll download it and I'll listen to the digital because I have the physical at my house. That's just the way my mind works. I'm like, now I can listen to it because I own it. I don't feel bad about it. It's like it's so.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't know
you
how to
hanging
explain
on
this.
to the physical that you don't want to fully transition.
No.
Sometimes
I
I'll
still
do really
I still
weird-
listen to tunes. Like when I'm at home, I listen to all physical music. It's just when
I
I'm
know
out of
you
the
do.
cabin, I can't fucking bring out tunes. Have 'em by
I'll
the
do
water
really
and shit. It's
lazy
like,
shit sometimes.
I have to stream. But
I
I
have my
don't.
whole coat. Oh, God, sorry, I really cut you off.
Oh no, I'm just saying. Like I'm like so like I have my computer still full of tunes that I put into there before digital became so big, so it's just kind of transferred over. But I still download off fucking iTunes or whatever. I have like whatever. But if I'm like out there and I'm like, oh shit, I don't have this album on my phone, but I have it at home, so I'm like, okay, download. I do it for new music, like the odd thing where I know it's not even getting a physical release because that happens too now, which is stupid.
Yeah, it's like
Sucks.
pretty like same with movies. Like there's movies that get
Yeah.
only streaming as
Yeah.
well. But Tony,
Oh yeah, so overall, I did like Five Dead on a Crimson Canvas. There's nothing special about it, but if you're in the mood for an ultra low budget, basically generic giallo made by a bunch of fans, then yeah, I would recommend it to you. Like I said, the body count's pretty decent. There's like 11 deaths. Most of them are stabbings, of course, but there's one highlight death where a person gets their head dunked into a fish tank and a piranha eats their face off.
Yeah.
That was probably the best part of the entire movie.
I kind of like the
That's
scene
pretty
where
cool.
they do like the surgery.
Oh yeah, dream
Like,
sequence.
Yeah, the dream sequence. But that's the thing; it's a dream sequence, so it's like it's kind of a cheat. But that effect and stuff, I thought was actually kind of cool because they like do this surgery on this person, and they pull out like this canvas and they unravel it, and it's the fucking beating heart and shit. And it actually looks kind of cool. I was like, damn, that's kind of.
Did you
cool.
notice the drawing that was wrapped around the heart?
Yeah, what was it again? I remember it, but what was it?
It was like a really shitty cartoon version of like the Beast in Heat poster.
right.
Oh yeah, you'll find out too. Like when you're watching this movie, I didn't even bring
Right.
up the actual art that this guy is painting in this movie.
hmm
The art in this is so fucking bad. It's like almost like it was painted by a sixth grader in art class.
See, now I wonder if that's a joke though too, because like
yeah, I was wondering that too.
if that's a play
I'll
on
I'll
art
talk
because
more about that in the special features.
okay.
Which I'll just go ahead and get to. So the first one, well, I'm just going to go and say I did not listen to the commentary track, of course. But there's a 40-minute making of documentary called Long Island Giallo, the making of Five Dead on a Crimson Canvas, which is honestly pretty cool. It's probably like 5 or 6 of the main dudes behind the movie. They mostly just talk about how they first got into the genre, what movies they were liking, and when they were meeting each other, what movies they were bonding over and whatnot. And they're just going over like basic production bullshit. But one of the guys was one of the dudes that actually painted everything for the movie. He also played one of the cops. But most of the paintings that he did were all based off of actual movies and scenes from those movies. Like there was one from The Beast and Heat, which was The Heart. There was Lust for a Vampire, which was one of them, and
Oh,
he said
really?
Living Dead Girl from Jean Roland was another one of the paintings.
Dude, I had never even caught any of that. That's fucking the Beast and Heat though. Like that, yeah, that definitely rung a bell because I think that you get to see a little bit more of that one because they actually unfold it like right on the thing. But
Hmm.
Lust for a Vampire, crazy.
Yeah, it's like the one painting
Wow.
where the girl's like backwards and her throat is slit.
Oh,
It's
fuck.
like lifted from a scene in that movie.
Hmm.
So I thought that was kind of cool that there's like little Easter eggs like that if you just look into those paintings.
Yeah, yeah.
It was shot in the fall of 1994 from like September to October, and they pretty much just shot it on weekends. They talked about a time where they actually lost like an entire day's worth of footage, and that like fucked them up a lot. So they had to reshoot a whole bunch of shit. One of the guys was talking about how when they were doing screenings and whatnot, they showed it in Rome, and they actually won an award in Italy for the movie. And I thought that was really cool that they got to have something like that.
It's cool.
And then he was talking about how Fangoria gave them a really bad review, and I thought that was really funny.
Fangoria actually reviewed this. Wow.
Fangoria in the 90s was a bit rough.
They said it got pretty like decent just coverage all around when the VHS came out.
It's cool.
They complained that the guy who they actually did the VHS deal for kind of screwed them out of a bunch of money because they said it was supposed to be like a 50-50 deal, but they barely saw any money out of this movie. But they're happy it was made. But
Did they
yeah,
make-
overall,
Did they
it was
make that
pretty
deal
cool.
with Charles Band?
Probably. Charles Band with like a voice on, like, yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna fucking find like next year. Charles Band's gonna be like, man, I have all these VHS copies of Five Dead on the Crimson Canvas, man. Been out of print forever.
Pristine copies,
Pristine copies.
perfectly like laser, like inkjet printed with like a 2022 printer.
Right. Right.
But yeah, there's a 10-minute interview with another one of the actors who doesn't live in the United States, so he really couldn't be part of the documentary. And it was pretty cool. It's pretty much like literally the same shit where he just talked about like how he came up into the industry and everything. One crazy like story he said is that he also was offered a part in a Broadway play at the same time as this movie, and he actually turned that down to act in Five Dead in a Crimson Canvas.
Which
That's
guy
like
was
how
this?
Real?
The guy who played the painter,
Oh, okay.
Richard.
I was gonna say it better not have been the brother because that guy was the worst actor in the movie by far.
That guy- he was like a dime store like Jim Carrey almost.
Dude, every fucking line that he spits, he's overacting. He's got way too much emotion in it. He's like, "What do you
He's
mean?"
just a cartoon
And it's like,
character.
but there was
He's
no
got
need
the
to be that-
eyebrows.
Yeah, there was no need to be like have that emotion in half the scenes. I'm just like, but he was angry through the whole thing. It was really bizarre.
He should be angry.
Yeah.
His brother's missing.
Yeah. Well, he didn't really give too much of a fuck because he started fucking banging his brother's wife like 2 days later.
I don't even think it was 2 days. It was more like 2 hours.
It was. They legally couldn't even put in the missing report, and he was already banging his wife.
Yeah, I'm like,
So
how could you
ridiculous.
give up a Broadway fucking role to act in this movie, you complete fucking moron?
That's
Right.
crazy talk, man. That's crazy talk. Wow.
But besides that, we have. Oh, here's one that I thought was really interesting. There's a 5-minute brand new examination of Five Dead on a Crimson Canvas by Sam Panico, which is literally like a YouTube video where he's like, "Is it a giallo?" And he goes over like little tropes, and then he decides, "Yes, it's a giallo," and then that's it.
Where the fuck? Why are we like? When are we gonna get our shot at being on a special feature?
I was like, why would you even fucking put that on a goddamn disc? If you watch the movie, it's obviously a fucking giallo.
Yeah, I mean, I started watching it and I was like,
What?
I was calling Carly and I was like, yo, I'm watching this American giallo. Like, I know you hate giallo, but this one's American.
But it's called Five Dead on the Crimson Canvas. Like,
if that's not a giallo based on the title, I got an issue.
Yeah, dude, like that's the most giallo name ever.
Right. If you're questioning whether this is a giallo or not, you are a little retard.
I would think that's a giallo or a spaghetti western.
The movie starts out with a woman stripping, getting naked into a shower, and getting stabbed up.
Yeah.
All in giallo form, like right there, you know.
Killer all decked in black, black gloves.
If you were so unsure before you press play by the fucking title of the movie.
It's like if like necromantic. Like I wonder if there's any like necrophilia in there.
Exactly, man.
Like it's like there fucking better be.
That's crazy talk, man.
Biggest waste of 5 minutes.
Bizarre.
But then there's old audition footage, which is whatever. There's a still gallery, a trailer, basically all the other like
subtitles. Remember when that used to be listed as a special feature?
Honestly, it is a special feature. I get so mad
when every once in a while Kino doesn't have subs on their disc.
Yeah, dude, if there's no subs, I get legitimate mad. That should be the bare minimum. The bare minimum.
Every disc needs subs. Period. Yeah.
Kino's good for that. Kino will slip you a disc without subs.
I'll punch Kino in the fucking face.
They're like, it was $9. I don't want to hear complaining.
I don't care, bro. I need my fucking subs, dude.
Kino they did learn from their mistakes. I think
early Screen Factories didn't have a lot of subs too, man.
Yeah, there was a lot.
Early Severance also. Severn didn't start putting subs until like 2020.
I need my subs.
I will say though, like this artwork is pretty good.
Yeah.
Representation of a giallo.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. It's actually really good.
The slipcase art.
It's so good, honestly.
Nice.
I love the fact that artwork right there. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I didn't know anything about this movie. Like, and when Tony picked it, I literally thought it was like a 70s giallo just based on the cover and like the title. I never even considered that it was like American and 96.
Well, this was pretty taboo though, man. In like the 90s to make a Neo Giallo. Like
that's kind of way fucking ahead of
American.
Time,
yeah, that's crazy, dude. Like there's not too many of them.
Yeah, it's really cool that something like this exists, especially like American.
And somebody attempting it on like a no budget too is kind of interesting just in itself.
And they did succeed with some of the kills and stuff. Like I said, like, you know, the surgery scene I thought looked pretty good and stuff. And I didn't realize, Tony, there was that many kills. I wasn't keeping track, but 11, that's a pretty decent body count for a standardized like 90-minute kind of film or whatever. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, just a standard American giallo from 96. Like I had a good time.
That bitch.
6 out of 10.
6.
Just a decent old time.
All right.
All right, Tyler, Mr. Sacedo.
All right, folks. Here's the part of the show where you crack open your drink and you take a sip every time I say like.
Tyler's meta now.
Was somebody complaining about that?
There's two people arguing about it.
18th time.
The last show's comments. Oh my god.
There was like people arguing about it. It was funny.
Somebody got mad at me for not being invested in y'all's reviews.
Oh, really?
Do I say like a lot?
I knew right away.
Not as much as Tyler.
After last show, I don't think I said to you guys, but when you were eating the pizza, I knew there was going to be a comment.
That was probably when I was the
JP
most engaged.
ate an entire pizza.
Someone said that they're like, JP
I knew that comment was coming.
It's crazy because it was during my review and I didn't even notice you eating that shit.
Yeah.
Dude, I was fucking starving, bro. And there was pizza.
Yeah, we've done a lot of
pizza
video podcasts and nobody really ever eats.
I've never ate on a podcast ever. Like none of ours.
Oh,
I just was really fucking hungry that day and I smelled pizza.
I mean, I'll snack. Like I have some combos right here. I'm about to.
Oh, dude, you do not just do that to me. That's like my
Moodz
favorite
loves
snack in the world. And I can't
tacos.
get them out in, like where I live. They don't carry them anywhere.
What's your
Like,
flavor?
On 22 shots, man, like I will mute the mic and sometimes eat if we're going like
That
really
is
long.
is that the pretzel or the cracker, Tony?
The
Or it's like
ones.
pretzel cheddar.
Pretzel
Yeah.
ones. Yeah, that's my favorite
Pretzel.
one.
Yeah,
That's my favorite one too.
That's the one I go to.
That's the best one.
I don't mind the pepperoni ones for a few bites. They're okay.
The pizza one I prefer the non-pepperoni one, like the regular cheese one. But there was one I tried the other day that was new, I think. I forgot what it was.
I don't like the the tortilla ones, the Mexican tortilla ones. It's got that
The
cilantro
7-layer dip.
Yeah,
I
dude,
don't
it's
like
got that
one.
cilantro flavor in there, and it's like really powerful. I'm like, fuck that. Have you guys ever tried the dessert ones?
I don't think I have. But
I've never tried any of them. I'm more of a savory person than
The buffalo
than
blue cheese one ain't bad.
Yeah, that one's
good
be like
'cause
my
it's
number two.
It's actually spicy. I like that one.
That'd be like my number 2 for sure.
Yeah, that one's good.
Yeah, I only really fuck with the cheese and the pizza ones.
Yeah.
I've tried them all, like besides the dessert ones, but I'm just not a dessert guy. But
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
ones
me
that Tony has is literally my go-to.
Yeah, that's the one I always get to. They're awesome.
Yep. Alrighty. So this week we coming from Cinematograph, or however you say it. We have Elaine May's directorial debut with A New Leaf. And
Did you say queef?
yeah, I should have. A new queef. See, it's a little queef. It's a little gas coming out of the queef here. See?
This guy literally had me going on. He wrote on. We have a Google page for the
Pigs.
viewers that don't know, and he wrote A New Queef, and I just rolled with it. I thought that's what the movie was called.
And I did
was like,
too.
this is crazy.
I actually bought the new leaf or A New Leaf, and I totally forgot what because I didn't even pay attention to it. But like, I was like, I guess I'm not watching Tyler's movie again. And then I was like, wait, I actually can watch Tyler's.
I thought
movie
you
this
said you
time.
bought a new queef and ended up being some random porno.
But
Right.
I put that on like the day like we picked, and
Yeah.
I just waited for someone to say something, and no one did. And then I guess it just incubated.
And then you forgot
all
about
that.
it. 'Cause
Exactly, I
was like, what the
forgot
fuck
about
is
it. And then
that?
it
And you're
We
like,
all
oh,
took it
wait,
as
I actually
literal, not a
remember that.
joke.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah,
what
I thought
happened.
it was like some partner label movie that I missed.
I'm like, what's funny about a queef?
I'll show you.
I think
but-
he got me so well that I actually went to the website and typed in A New Queef, and I'm like, it's not coming up. Like
was
no
the
results.
Letterboxd.
It's like no results. I'm like, really? What? Am I spelling it wrong?
And then you just gave up.
It's so fucking stupid. Totally got me.
But this is from a line we've talked a lot of shit on and really haven't reviewed much of, the Cinematograph line. This is actually the first one I've done since the last one, which I think was the same show last year, the August show I did. Thieves Like Us, which to that point was probably my favorite one. But like,
You said that was the last one you reviewed?
Yeah.
It's been that long.
It's been that long. It's because I'm never interested. Like sometimes I am like legitimately interested in the movie, but
The last
for the
two that
price
came out
point,
were like kind of interesting sounding.
it's just for the price point that they're at. I'm not biting.
Yeah, I'm just
Yeah.
waiting for
Yeah, they're
standards.
expensive. They're expensive.
I mean,
Yeah,
honestly, they are like completely overpriced for what they are. But I've actually watched probably more than any of you guys of them, and I've actually liked a lot of the stuff that I've picked up, like who killed the teddy bear, or whatever the fuck that was called.
Who Killed Teddy Bear? That's what I'm interested in. But
the William Castle one was kind of cool.
yeah, Shanks or something. I think
Shanks,
it was.
yeah.
Yeah, the baseball one too. I have some interest. in.
Bang the Drum Slowly. That was an
Yeah,
honorable
but
mention
again, they were
for
all
my-
movies. Even like there's a Sidney Lumet one. I think too. One of his kind of like lower, more obscure movies, but it's not something I want to pay the price point at. It's something I might buy down the line during a sale in a standard version, but it's just not. I'm not spending like $35-$40 on some of these movies.
Last one I bought was The Joy of Sex. That's just because I collect 80s sex comedies and I just had to have it.
But yeah, so this is the first one I've bought in a year, and I was like all hyped to collect this line when it came out because
I know you were. Yeah, that's one of the main reasons you hopped on the show. Is you thought, you
Yeah,
were
it was
gonna
like
have
I want to
a-
collect these anyway.
awesome
But
line.
halfway through last year,
We
I was
were
so
really
pumped.
high on them for the first couple months, and then
The first two releases were great too.
Yeah,
first
like
two releases.
Little Darlings was a fucking great one. You know what I mean?
that and Red Rock
That's-
West were like
to
I
me,
think
Little
are two of the best
Darlings, they
ones.
still haven't even matched. That's the best one to me by
Yeah.
like a big margin.
Yeah, because the problem too with even though I really like that Thieves Like Us movie, the big problem with it is there's like absolutely no special features on it. There's like one archival interview, and that was it. It was in
Yeah,
the
it's kind of
interview. It
insane
was
for the packaging.
yeah, and like, the insane part about the interview too is it was 1998, which seems not like I mean to me at least it doesn't seem that long ago, but 1974 or whatever seems really long ago. And I did out the math. I'm like, oh my god, when this
Damn.
when this commentary came out, they were closer to the release of the movie than we were to this commentary.
Have people just really not talked about that movie ever? It sucks that like half of them are fucking dead now.
Yeah. The Robert Altman was the one doing the commentary though, and he was pretty funny. He said like some things like you probably couldn't say now without people getting mad at you.
Hey,
You,
cool
it was
that there's a
hilarious.
commentary at least with him.
Yeah, he was within like the last 10 years of his life, so he's an old man. He didn't give a shit. But anyways, yeah, a new leaf. So yeah, big jump giving this another chance, but I w- I was really drawn to it because of the director. I've seen one of her other movies, and I know she has another movie that I think it's stuck on DVD. It might not even have that, but it's got DVD at best that's really well regarded. And this is really her only other movie. She did another movie like 15 years after those first few movies, and it seemed like it was some just like director for a hire gig. But she only made three movies if you don't count that between this one and the mid 70s. And I think she was a really talented director, so it really is a shame. And this was her debut. She also stars in it, so that's kind of impressive. And really,
Wait,
it's
is she fucking the main woman?
yeah,
No shit.
yeah. She wrote it, directed, and started it.
She was really
Vanity
good as
Project.
an actress. Like she was
Yeah.
a really good actress in this.
Yeah, she does a really good job in it. But this is it's really like your stock screwball comedy evolved from where you would be at the 30s and the 40s to the early 70s, late 60s. And it stars Elaine May, like I said, and Walter Matthau, which I'm sure a lot of people know very well. I kind of relate him to like a modern in modern terms. He'd be like a Steve Buscemi who plays a lot of character roles, can do humor really well, will be in lots of stupid movies.
A
But
lot
also
of like
can-
self-deprecating movies.
yeah, but he'll also be in really good movies and do a great job, like being a serious actor when he needs to, but he can play comedy really well. So he's that type of guy. If you're not familiar, but I'm sure everyone's familiar with Walter Matthau. And he's really good in this. So it's got like your classical. It's for those of you who don't really know what screwball comedies are, they're basically the first comedy films that really influenced modern comedy that started in the 30s. They're very popular through the 30s through 50s. We actually kind of covered one on 22 Shots in October when I made everybody watch that Arsenic and Old Lace movie.
Yeah. Very similar vibe.
Yeah. And so it's basically, and usually the plots are very farcical, so it's kind of exaggerated how like modern rom-coms came, but I feel like more like rom-coms got more mushy as the years on. They kind of lost the spirit of still this being like these dramas of characters you can get invested in. And this kind of seems like a callback to that sort of era, but it's not so far removed as we are now. And it still has much more in common with those older films than it does modern rom-coms, I would say. Because I know that's something that at face value would scare a lot of people. But the older the rom-com, the better it probably is kind of the rule of thumb for me. But yeah, it starts with Walter Matthau with his sitting down with his lawyer, and you learn that Walter has been living off an inheritance for almost 2 decades.
He
And
has
he had a
really
trust
lavish
fund.
lifestyle.
Yeah, he has a trust fund where he gets $90,000 a year, but he's been living like he makes $200,000 a year. And you get this like quirky scene right before this where like he's talks about filling up his talks about getting his muscle car serviced and how much he spends on it for like how little he drives it. So this guy just like shooting money out of a fire hose and not keeping track of anything. So he's sitting down with his lawyer because he bounced the check, and you get thrown right into the plot where you find out that he's like completely out of resources. Like he has like the house he owns and like whatever assets he has, and that's it. Like he's completely out of money. There's no money left in the trust fund.
Borrowed money from his uncle.
Yep, or from his uncle, or for whatever he had in stocks.
Can I interject real quick?
Yeah.
I just did an inflation calculator. $90,000 back then would be $730,000 now.
What year is this?
1971.
71. So yeah,
that really kind of puts it into better perspective. Thank you, Tony.
Yeah. So this guy had $791,000, and roughly he was living like he made almost $2 million a year.
Right. Yeah.
And so the train is out, and there's even like this funny scene where he had to pay like an overdraft fee, and his lawyer's like, "I paid it myself. I don't want the money back from you. I just want to be able to sleep at night knowing I did everything I can." When you're out of money and broke and living on the streets, he's something like real, like mean-spirited like that to him. And you see right away this guy's a dick. Yeah. So he goes back home where he's got like this giant mansion. He's got servants all over, and this is where the movie started to kind of remind me of a Hal Ashby movie. It was starting to give me Being There vibes right now, which is like this movie about this guy from the late 70s. Peter Sellers plays the main character. And it's about this guy that was born in this mansion. He's never left. And now he's like 70 years old. He's a gardener. And that's all he knows. He's like a man-child. And then becomes like this fish out of water movie. So that's kind of the role Walter Matthau takes in this. He's got this like goofy servant that gives him ideas. Like, you should just do what every guy does when he loses money. Marry a rich woman. So, and he's all fighting against that because he's very self-centered and he just wants to live his life without any interest in women and just do whatever he wants all the time. And the guy keeps trying to sell about it. And so he hatches this plan that he borrows money from his uncle to keep up appearances. He's got to pay him back in 6 weeks, and his plan is to marry a rich woman and then murder her so he can take all her money. So the movie actually moves at a crazy pace and like zooms right into almost when he's finding like his match. It has a couple funny clips of him like at one of the clubs or like him like trying to get with old women and he can't do it because they're all like old women. But and he gets to when he's got like a week left before he has to pay his uncle back. And if he can't pay his uncle back, his uncle basically gets to take everything. Yeah.
How old was he in 1971?
He's always someone who's looks old, but I would think he's like mid-40s, but he looks much older. He always has kind of had that look.
I feel like he probably looked like an old man in his 20s.
Yeah, I feel like he's a Tommy Lee Jones type of guy where he looks like he's an old man since I've seen him.
Mm-hmm.
So he looks older than me?
Let's find out. Let's do some fact checking. I'm going to say 45.
Because I'm 45.
Yeah, he looks
older
much older
than that, bro.
Do I look 45?
No, I don't think so.
No.
Hell no.
Walter Matthau was born. Holy shit, he was 51. Actually, that's not that far off. He was 51. That's not crazy far, but even that, he looks like an old 51.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's got this really goofy butler that also gave me Peter Seller vibes. He kind of just had that like quirky, like farcical, like why don't you do this type of humor. And he's out his first search for this woman. Then he ends up courting another woman a week before, like at some sort of tea party or something, a week before the deadline's up. And that's where he runs into Elaine May's character. For some reason, her name is escaping me at the moment. What was her name in this movie? Henrietta. I knew it was something really like oldie and like kind of crunchy sounding. Yeah. Henrietta. And she's like, he shows up here. She's obviously much younger. She's like probably late 30s. She's much younger than like all these other old women he's been trying to get with. And he finds out that like she had a very rich grandpa or uncle, and she has no family. She inherited all the money. She's very introverted.
Perfect.
She's completely social.
Everything that he wants.
She's clumsy. She's like, they make her seem not that attractive, but she's cute in like that kind of like nerdy type of way. But she's not like any like close to like a knockout or anything. She looks like the girl you could take home, so it almost makes it like more attractive. So, anyways. So she's checking all these boxes. She's a klutz. She's like at this party getting berated because she keeps dropping her tea. And like they're being like super mean to her, like, this is ridiculous. If you can't control your nerves, Henrietta. And he finds out she lives alone on this giant property. And she just writes articles. She's a botanist, and she writes all these plant research articles to these science magazines, and he finds all this info and he plays it up like he's been a fan following her for years, and just has this idea, like presents himself as this very rich playboy, so influence that he's not after her money, and starts just like hamming it up, starts moving really fast, like brings her and basically rescues her from this party she's socially anxious at, brings her back to her house and sets a date with her. And then he's like going back to his own place, like hamming it up with his butler, just like making fun of her. There's like these recurring jokes about her that they gotta brush her off for crumbs every time she eats, and it's like pretty funny how it keeps coming up. He's like he was like, oh, she ate breakfast. Oh, how are all the crumbs on her? Like I only had to brush a few off this time. But she's just like the butt end of all these jokes. It's actually pretty funny, but it's not. The film at this point is just pretty enjoyable, and it moves pretty fast. Where like I don't think this is really a spoiler, but they do end up getting married, and this is only like 35 minutes into the movie, so it's much more of where it goes from here. And this is where I already liked the movie, but I think this is where the movie starts to get good because it really starts to expand and introduce more characters. And the side characters in this movie, the way they interact with them, make it so much funnier and create like way better situations. The two standouts to me would be the butler, that was played by George Rose, and Jack Weston plays Henrietta's lawyer. I've only seen him in like two other movies, but one of them is that movie Wait Until Dark, where he's like a chubby criminal, and he plays this like goofy lawyer in this one. And he might be the funniest character in the movie.
Yeah, he's pretty funny.
And he's obsessed with Henrietta. He's the one that's been trying to marry her. He's been trying to do everything to stop it. Like the guy's uncle starts to have that loaned him the money that doesn't want this to happen, starts to get involved, and it just becomes like way goofier and like way more farcical. And then she has her own staff at her giant mansion that he moves into, and he starts looking through the books, and
he's pissed off.
Yeah, gets pissed off, and then like the more people get involved. The head woman in her staff is actually a young Doris Roberts, and she's like really good looking in this movie.
Oh, hell yeah! So does she have her natural hair color? What is it?
It's red. I don't know, but it's red in this movie. It's like a maroonish red.
She seems like a redhead because her hair was like fucking white as shit when she was old.
You can see it. Like when I noticed she was in the cast, I could tell. I was like, oh wow, that is her. She kind of cool. She looks like that like typical, not really like that typical kind of like disco like early 70s type of woman. But yeah, she's young and in shape, and she's pretty. That was a cool little Easter egg. But yeah, that's kind of where you can kind of stop talking about the movie as it goes into its plot. But I would say the movie just keeps getting better as it goes along. You kind of know exactly how this movie's going to end, more or less, pretty much from the opening scene. But the way that
did you find yourself like rooting for it though? Like, did you want
there's
it to
this
end
element
like
where like you like Walter Matthau because he's funny and you spend all this time with him and it's fun watching him like banter with his friends and like talk this shit and just have these little quips, but he's also a dick. But I think you start to really get attached to like the Henrietta character because she's like so fucking pure.
Like that's why I asked that, because I was like, you don't want to see her get hurt.
Yeah, it's like it's so funny like how like awkward and like goofy she plays off. Like she kind of just like plays off this really awkward like girl that people probably make fun of in high school because she like wipes her snots on her like shirt or something. It's pretty. She does a really good job like embodying this part, and the way it comes to its conclusion. Usually, movies like this kind of ham it up towards the end, and you have like then they live happily ever after. And this movie like doesn't do that. It comes to this sort of natural conclusion, but it does it like way more like subtly and poignantly, and it has this like really nice like warm moment at the end where it's like, okay, so what do we do with this and where do we go from here? And it kind of leaves it open ended. There's no like definitive conclusion to the movie. And I thought that was a really good choice, and it's what really made it stand out for me and kind of make me take it completely serious by the end. What was the other thing about it that I thought was really good? It's also shot in like really designed really. It's very bright. There's like very nice sets and all this. Um, and the name of the movie ends up being a double entendre as the plot develops. You learn about people and then you see the conclusion. It's really like nice how it all
Double
comes.
entendre.
Yeah. And yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Is there a character named Andre?
No, I
Oh.
can't like explain the double entendre unless like you spoil it basically. But it's cool how it has like a double meaning, but you don't really see the double meaning until
Yeah, it was cool.
Weird. It's weird
Um,
to think about a new leaf being a double entendre.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
I can't even conceptualize that.
Yeah, it's
well, it's
and so yeah, I literally have to like explain like major
Yeah.
like plot points
Yeah.
for it to make sense. But yeah, I really like the art on this one too.
I did too, actually,
I'm
dude.
kind of really annoyed by the J card on this one, especially because I'm still in that like I don't know if I want to take it off type of thing.
Take it
Yeah.
off.
Because the art is really good. I've seen what it looks like without this off, and you get
You're
the
missing
two
the
pictures
back
in the
art,
whole
too.
bottle. Yeah, and I don't really know what the back looks like, but
Those
it's gonna be
releases
better than
suck.
this. So I wish they didn't put the numbers on them. That's the
Selling
biggest
all mine.
beef about it.
Take them off and put them in a folder.
Kinda want
you,
it.
you know what, Tyler? I don't know if you thought that I would like this movie, but I actually really liked it as well.
I had a feeling you were gonna like this. I think this is just a great movie.
I
think
totally
Yeah,
champed
fun,
out of this
it's
before they all
funny.
got good, didn't I?
It's funny, it's fun, it's the acting's good, the characters are likable. It's not like very mean spirited. It's lighthearted, you know. I enjoyed it. Like I really did. Like it was kind of
What
an
year
easy
was it
watch for
again?
me. 71.
It is 71. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was
But I
70.
definitely want to see her other movie, The Heartbreak Kid. I glazed their other movie I got behind me on the wall, Mikey and Nikki, which is more of like a crime movie.
Is
So
it
I
starring
really
Shawn
recommend
Michaels?
that. No, it's not.
Is that the one that the
no,
Fairleys
it's starring,
made?
it's
That's the
starring
only
Charles-
Heartbreak Kid I know.
It's starring Charles Grodin.
Is that the one that got remade?
I
Because
don't
there's
know if
that
that's
Ben
a
Stiller.
remake. Yeah, I know there's a Ben Stiller movie. I don't know if that's a remake of it. It probably is because why
I
would
think
you have
it
two movies
is.
that same name? But I know this movie's stuck on DVD. I know
Yeah,
Danny's
that
a fan, but
sounds
I think
familiar.
He got to see it in the theater.
Tony's avatar picture when he
That's a
gets on to
movie,
here
yeah,
is
definitely.
fucking
On
Shawn
my-
Michaels.
That's a movie. I'll
That picture
instantly
is so
buy
fucking
now.
stupid. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll instantly buy that movie now if it ever gets some sort of boutique blue because she seems like a really talented. Especially this being her first movie is insane to me. She definitely had some talent. I wish she made more movies. I'm very disappointed. This is the first time I've never gotten to the special features. I plan to do them today, and I was bitching about it earlier, but in short, I worked over 12 hours today.
Fucking
Yeah.
slackers.
They
man.
fucking suck,
Is that a
man.
4K?
It's a 4K also.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a bummer. Like I don't have like, as much time as I used to just to watch movies. Like my movie count was way down for the year. Where really I'm just like I'm getting in my prep and staying at my prep. It's a real grind time for me now. So I was very disappointed I couldn't get to the special features because I like this movie quite a bit. And there's a lot of special features on here. There's an hour-long interview with the director. There's a commentary by a writer that wrote a book about movies like this. There's new interviews with some. It looks like some. It kind of looks like people they got that were close enough, but it looks like there's a lot of commentary interviews by people who just know about feminism writing. There's an hour-long conversation with Mike Nichols and Elaine May. Mike Nichols, you may know as a director of films like The Godfather and Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf, or maybe The Birdcage if you're a little younger than that. But yeah, there's quite a few. There's quite a few special features on there. The restoration looks great. I think I obviously has for cinematography I bought it in a year. But as far as I can tell, this is definitely my favorite one I've gotten so far.
What's your number?
Nice.
1709.
Wow, I got 2,291. I definitely got mine way before you.
1709. But
Yeah, I don't
so
think
I
there's any
couldn't
rhythm to
definitively
that.
say it's the best cinematographer, but it's the best one I think I have. It's definitely my favorite so far.
I wouldn't go that far. You know, I think I've watched like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like 9 of them now.
Yeah,
or
I've
something
only
like
this
that.
is maybe 7, I think.
I think Teddy Bear was a really good one. Does besides Little Darlings, I'd say Teddy Bear is pretty good. But this is up there. I really did like this one, and agree with you as well. I like the color scheme and the artwork as well.
But yeah, I would really recommend this one. Buy this one with confidence. If you're into special features, or that's a deciding factor, it seems like there's quite a bit on here. Yeah, it's just a great film. I'd never heard anyone talk about this before, and yeah, this is a pretty high recommend for me. I'd give this one an 8.5 out of 10.
I'm at like an 8.
Yeah, that line just seems to be completely hit and miss.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
But I will say, like the two newest ones both sounded really interesting to me.
Yeah, the other one sounded good too. It was a Morrissey film. I would have been happy.
Yeah, but I saw Morrissey was involved. I was like, oh, but I was like, I ain't paying for that.
Yeah, I almost tried to push it as the featured review on next episode, but it didn't quite turn out that way.
I just didn't want to do Kabuka Man. I don't know really why. I just that day I was like, I don't want to do Kabuka Man, so I was like, kind of for anyone picking something else.
I didn't even consider doing Kabuki Man.
I didn't even consider that. And I'm a big trauma guy. So
I like Kabuka Man too. It's not like
I've never even seen it, but I just never.
It's the originator of the car flip.
Yeah, it's goofy, man. It's goofy. But
all right,
the package is amazing.
That's probably the most I paid attention to one of your reviews in like.
Yeah, I noticed that you were looking at the screen the entire time. You didn't want to get another comment, did you?
Yeah, no, I was like, I'm gonna try a little harder this next episode.
That's hilarious. All right, so getting into my pick here is actually a film that's dubbed as 2024. I think it's eligible for 2025, directed by Austin Snell, who did a film called Exposure that came out, I want to say 2018, released by Scream Team Releasing. It's a film that I actually have not seen. I've been wanting to check it out. If you guys follow me on my YouTube, I do 31 Days of Horror, and I always do Scream Team Releasing films. And that's one that I've been wanting to get, but I can't get my hands on the fucking Blu-ray. It's pissing me off. So anyways, he ended up doing this film. Like, oh, that's kind of cool. And I've heard good things about Exposure. It's like a body horror, folk horror type thing. So this is kind of like a 180 for him. It's a film that is called They Call Her Death. Now, that title right there just screams Italian, doesn't it? So
yep.
just like Tony's title right there, or Tony's film. They Call Her Death. And I knew a little bit about this film going into it. I saw this one a few months back, actually, before I ended up getting the Blu-ray. So this is my second time actually watching this movie. And I really enjoyed it the first time I watched it. So if you're not familiar with the title, They Call Her Death, it's basically like a mashup of like, it's a Western / like horror film. And it's got a bunch of different things going on. It's a Western based type film. It's got horror elements. It's got giallo elements with the, investigative kind of part. And it's pretty interesting. So basically it follows our main character, Molly Prey, who is she's on a fucking mission to get revenge on the people that are responsible for killing her husband. So the film opens up basically with her and her husband, or a little bit into the film. They're having like a moment and stuff like that. And she's going to hand him something. And all of a sudden, boom, he takes a fucking shot right through the head and he dies. And he's killed by a bounty hunter. And the bounty hunter
shot in the head, bro. I think it's
he's
gonna die.
Yeah. So the bounty hunter says, well, I'm just doing my job, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, what the fuck? Like, and he kind of tells her, is like, there was a bounty on him for killing this lawyer. And she's like, what the hell? She's like, he didn't do this stuff. So now she's really curious on what the fuck is going on. So it turns out that the lawyer that got bludgeoned to death in the beginning of the film was actually the lawyer that put him away, blah, blah, blah. So he was kind of the prime suspect for this murder. And so there was a bounty on him. And he ends up getting killed. So she makes it her life mission to go out and find out what the fuck is going on, because she knows for a fact that he did not do what they said he did. And it turned into this kind of mystery, like who the hell's involved with, setting up this, this murder and things like that. And it kind of goes from there. This is a really fucking fun movie, man. So first off, I want to say it's shot on 60 millimeter Kodak film, brand new film. Mad respect to the filmmaker for going out there and shooting it on original 60 millimeter Kodak film. And I really like the look of this because I actually saw one person say like, oh, I'm so fucking tired of these movies using these stupid filters and shit like that. It's completely not. And actually, they even talk about it.
I actually thought it was a filter. I'm not gonna lie.
No, it's shot on original 60 millimeter film. And it's funny too because when they were doing the pressing for it, when they sent the film away, they actually asked him if they wanted to clean up all the scratches and stuff because the film stock was so rough that it actually has this like crazy grindhouse look to it and stuff. He's like, no, fuck, that's exactly what we want the film to look like. So everything that you see on screen is actually how it was shot. It's shot on original 60 millimeter Kodak film, which is fantastic. Like I said, it's a Western based film and with horror elements and stuff like that. So with giallo influences, it's basically like a Corbucci type, kind of Fulci mashup. It's like a love letter to like, those type of films and stuff like that. It's got a very, very heavy Fulci influence in it, which caught me right away. I was like, oh, motherfucker. When I first watched this, I'm like, dude, this just gripped me because anybody that does homages to Fulci just captures my heart like a motherfucker because he's my favorite director. And I love when people do that. So it's, right away, I know it's done by a filmmaker that is a genre fan and, is putting in the damn work. So, but yeah, They Call Her Death, man. Really, really awesome film. I think this is awesome. You actually watched it, Tyler? That's crazy.
Yeah, I watched it last night because it's 2025 horror and it's already on my watch list on MB. So I was like, well, this seems like the perfect opportunity to watch this.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So the film for the most part is done about like 95% practical effects. It's funny too, because when I first watched this film, I wasn't 100% sure on some of the effects, if they were actually practical, but watching the special features and then breaking down the practical effects and stuff like that, they had to clean up a couple things because there was one scene where they actually forgot to have a prop where they actually had to digitally edit out like where it would be.
There's a couple scenes that it looked like there was some digitation, but there was a lot of practicals and all the best.
It's pretty much all practical. And it's funny because one of the scenes where I thought it was a little bit more digital, but it actually wasn't. The scene where the one Undertaker gets his fucking hand shot off and stuff.
Oh, I definitely would have thought that was digital.
Yeah. Well, there's a little bit of digital there, but it's actually a practical effect that they actually blew the hand off. Yeah. So I was like, that's great. I know, and it's funny because it's like being misconstrued through the identity of the 60 millimeter. Like it's so rough and grindhouse looking that you don't even realize the effects and stuff. It's kind of cool. With that said though, it still looks really good. The cinematography in the film is fantastic too. But I'm a really big fan of these type of films, man. Like, these type of directors that are going out of their way and making love letters and shit like that. And it's, it's subtle, but it's not. So where the horror elements come into this film. So she basically makes it her life mission to figure out what the fuck is going on, exact revenge from this. She starts seeing her dead husband and things like that. And she essentially makes a deal with death himself, to guide her. And the deal is, to get revenge, that once you complete the revenge, you will be eliminated yourself kind of thing. So I kind of like that whole deal. And actually the look of death in this film was fantastic, man. And I didn't really think about it too heavily until the second time I was watching, but I was like, man, death looks like a Fulci zombie.
It looks really rotty and shit.
Yeah, Fulci, or they totally said that in the features. I was like, oh my God, crazy. Because we obviously get the whole Fulci influence with the Beyond towards the end with the eyes and stuff like that. That's pretty fucking obvious. But watching the second time, seeing the effect on death, which is actually played by a female, really good practical effects that they did. And I watched the whole feature on how they did all the effects in this, and I was really impressed with how they created this mask for this person, to create the whole death character and shit like that. But I like the whole element of making a deal with death to exact revenge because, you love your husband that much and you knew that he didn't do this shit and stuff like that. So, but when it comes down to the effects and stuff, there's a really great scene in the film where she fights off these two dudes and she literally guts this fucking dude and she pulls his intestines out, and it's pretty awesome. So there, for the gore hounds, there's a little bit of gore in here. There's a bunch of kills and shit. It's not like the action sequences where in the town where she gets into a shootout and stuff like that. I feel like the editing in that is probably one of the weakest parts in the film a little bit at times, but overall I think it works. She kills a lot of motherfuckers. It's pretty awesome. But I really enjoy the actual story of the film because, you know, you're kind of wondering exactly who's responsible. I mean, there's not a lot of characters. You can probably kind of figure it out if you've watched a lot of these movies and stuff like that, but it's pretty interesting. And, you know, it takes place, I want to say roughly about 20 years after the Civil War. And there's this really great really great joke in the film where the sheriff of the town is talking to the Undertaker guy. And, so he is hired on a black like deputy sheriff. And so no spoilers, but like the deputy sheriff doesn't really know what's going on at all. And he's just doing his job. He's literally just there doing his fucking job. Anyways, having this conversation, the sheriff's having this conversation with the Undertaker about how, you know, like, you better keep a close eye on this guy because, you know, he's going to ruin some shit that we're doing and stuff like that. And the guy says to him, he's like, the Undertaker says, like, you know, you can't buy this guy off. And he's like, are you kidding me? This guy, if this was 20 years ago, he was literally for sale. And I fucking howled at that line. I'm like, oh my God, dude, that's so fucking funny. It's so fucking
yeah, there's a couple out of character parts in this movie that made me laugh too.
Well, it's funny because they shot this, they wanted to have a little bit of subtle comedy in it. It's not a comedy by any means, but there's lines and there's moments in the film where it kind of makes you chuckle.
A couple parts. Yeah, there's a couple parts that get laughed out of me.
Yeah, exactly. But it's more subtle comedy. It's more situational. It's things in the background. There's this really funny scene where it's taking place in the sheriff's office where someone had been killed and stuff like that. And they're having this conversation. If you look in the background, it's not focusing on him. It's focusing on the conversation. But when you look in the background, this dude's scrubbing the wall and he's getting nowhere. He's just making a bigger mess of the blood. And it's supposed to be a joke, right?
There was this part that had me dying at the beginning when she like fights the fat guy in the bar.
Yeah,
and kicks his ass, and she looks at this other guy that's sitting with him. She's like, "You want some tuna?" And the guy just goes, "I didn't do shit." That fucking like set me over the top.
Dude, I love the actor that plays the
him
fat
and
guy.
that fat guy. They're really funny.
The fat guy's funny in the film because he's like, you and your pig fucker husband, and then she just fucking smashes the bottle on his head. And
he reminded me of the one fat dude from Redneck Zombies.
Right. That's actually really good. Yeah, that's good. But I mean, overall, I think most of the acting is pretty strong in the film. You know, it's shot really well. I mean, it's a low budget film, and you know how they did this film is impressive because they shot it over 3 years. I wasn't sure
really?
if they I wasn't sure if they shot it completely on sets, but they didn't actually. All the outdoor shots within, you know, for the Western scenes and stuff like that are shot at like historical museum outlets. They got permission to go in there and actually shoot them on the grounds and stuff like that. I thought that was really cool. The interior shots, especially the scene where she kills the two dudes and like the sheriffs and stuff, they were actually sets that they built inside Schnell's the director's house. So they did all those interior shots like inside his house and stuff like that, which I thought worked really well. They did a really good job with actually creating those sets, but the outdoor scenes were shot like at historical museums and things like that, which they got permission. And actually the scenes with the pigs were actually shot at a pig farmer place. And it's like this like vegan pig farm kind of thing. It was kind of funny because so there's a great scene in the film where, you know, she ends up killing these dudes and they don't show her chopping up the bodies, but she shows them, they show her feeding the body parts to the pigs. That was kind of like his love letter to the movie from 1970. Was it 73 or 71? The movie Pigs. Yeah, 73 Pigs.
That's Vinegar Syndrome release as well.
Yeah. So that was one of the special features, and he talks about how he was very disappointed in the film when he watched the movie, and we didn't get to really see pigs eating like, human body parts and stuff. So that was kind of this is what he wanted to see. So that's why he threw that into the film. I thought that was really fucking cool, actually. Yeah, you know, I mean, again, going back to it, it's not a filter on it. I just want to get that straight in the film because there were so many people saying, "Oh, fuck these fucking filter films." I'm like, no, it's shot 60 millimeter Kodak, and I really like the fact that he's like, don't clean it up, kind of do that shit. So, but all in all, man, it's very satisfying for what it is because you kind of know how it's going to end because of what she kind of makes a deal with and stuff like that. I think it plays out pretty well. There's some pretty cool kills. There's a really, I wouldn't say infamous because it's not really that old, but it's the part in the film where most people ask about. There's this really insane part where somebody gets their balls smashed.
Nice.
and the effects are fucking amazing. So I watched the special feature on that too, and how he created the ball sack, and it looks amazing. Like it's absolutely fucking unreal. He explains it. He goes,
It sure looks like a nutsack.
He goes. So I had to do a little bit of research. So I basically just kind of downloaded a bunch of pictures of balls. He literally just found a bunch of ball pictures and he figured out a mold and like he painted.
I like how he couldn't even why didn't he just make a mold of his own balls?
Yeah. So because he said they had to be like quite bigger for the shot because like the way they shot and stuff. Like,
if you actually flop,
he just outed himself.
If you actually flopped your nuts like in a position that guy was, it probably wouldn't look as big as you think it would.
Yeah, no, dude, it's funny because he actually had he still had the prosthetic that he had made and stuff, and like he was holding it up, and he's like, it looks amazing. It literally looks like a real pair of balls.
It does. Crazy. It looks like a sack. It could have used a little hair, but it did look like a sack.
I mean, there was a little bit of hair on the bottom. Like if you see the prosthetic, it's
bad hair placement.
It just didn't show up too well, maybe on the
should have had a few Charlies coming out of the actual sack.
But all in all, man, I think this is a really, really fun movie. I can't see people going, it's not a horror film. I mean, it's not a straight up horror film. It's a Western horror film. It has the horror elements. I mean, it has
like coming back from the dead, like Grim Reaper, and it's got
I mean, it has the whole death thing and making it feel and stuff like that.
And then she keeps seeing like images of her dead husband all the time.
Yeah, like there's jump scares in this movie.
Yeah, which is a really cool part of the knitter because they actually flash back and they show these scenes of like how they were kind of shitty people and they were like robbing people and stuff like that. And there's this crazy scene where, they do some shit, but then he gives them back the food. And they had consciences. They had conscience, like they were conscious people. And
I think he gave them some of their own food is what he did in that actually. Like they had nothing and he even had sympathy on them.
Yeah.
With their own food.
And so I mean, you kind of give these people like, identity and they're not as bad as they're perceived to be and stuff like that. So but it doesn't get all corny and cheesy with that either. But I'm not a big fan of like flashbacks where it gets all stupid and shit like that. But it does a really good job. I think there's enough horror elements here. But one of my favorite things about the film is the look of the death character. Like I mentioned before, played by a woman, but the actual creation of the Fulci influenced zombie mask and stuff that they created. It looks phenomenal. It's so fucking good, man. But really good stuff, man. Right from the opening scene, like, I mean, we get this bludgeoning, at the beginning of the film, and then the credits happen, and the music just fits so well. It feels like it's a throwback so well, and even like how they do the actual credits and the headers and stuff like that, it feels very authentic. It feels like you're actually watching a Grindhouse film from back in the day and shit like that. It feels really good.
It reminded me of an Astron 6 movie. Like it kind of had the same style of filmmaking to it, I felt like.
Yeah, I mean, those guys are, film historians themselves too. Like they, when they do a homage film, they do it properly. They have their, they do their homework and stuff like that. So it kind of makes sense. I mean, this one is definitely not as
it doesn't have like the same humor.
No, it's not the same comedy
humor like the writing style or anything, but I felt like the filmmaking techniques are pretty similar.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, I mean, you can tell this guy's a fan of all types of films and shit like that. He definitely throws a lot of those techniques. I thought the cinematography was really on point with a lot of like, kind of close-up shots you would see in the 70s and things like that, like from the giallo and, those kind of horror elements and stuff. A lot of shit like that and would pull back and shit. Like it's, really, really well done. I was very impressed with this, but I actually liked this movie more the second time I watched it because I caught on a little bit more because I've obviously watched it with a more critical eye. But all in all, really, really fun, man. And I'm a big fan of like really big, subtle comedy. When shit's like real serious, it's like, okay, it's super serious, but there's still moments in the film where you're like, that's fucking funny. That's really good. But again, made for genre fans, man. If you're a fan of Westerns, horror films, if you're a fan of like Corbucci and Fulci, especially, man, heavy Fulci influence here. They talk about in the special features, which is quite obvious. I mean, from watching, you don't have to watch special features to figure that out, especially if you're a Fulci fan. But yeah, really good stuff though. So getting into the features, man, there is a couple commentaries which I did not get to. I just didn't have the time, been busy. But audio commentary with the director and the producer. And there's a second one with the cast, which I'm assuming is probably going to play into this next feature here. There's a making of They Call Her Death, and it's basically they have the whole cast there and like different, different times they shot, these interviews with the cast, and they're telling stories about working on the film and stuff. And it basically talks about like how they got involved with the film and like their parts and stuff like that. It was actually quite interesting, man. There's a lot of good information in the making of like I said, it's more of them telling stories and working on the sets and stuff like that. Pretty interesting, actually. It was I think it's about 46 minutes. I actually learned quite a bit watching that. It was pretty intriguing, actually. Pretty good stuff. But what was the one thing? Oh, yeah. That's what I want to talk about. So the camera that they used was actually a 16 millimeter camera from the 60s that was refurbished. And so he wanted, something very, very authentic. Like, you should see this thing, man. It looks old school as fuck. It's crazy. And
probably weighs like 500 pounds.
Yeah, dude, it looks old as fuck. And I was like, that's really cool, man, that he got a camera from the 60s. It wasn't like a newer 60 millimeter camera. It's a vintage 60s camera and refurbished, and it just looks crazy. Look, pretty awesome, man. So but I thought one of the interesting things about the interviews with the cast members and stuff, they were like kind of shocked and they were scared to work on film, because all the acting that they've done, a lot of them come from Broadway and stage and stuff like that. But working on actual film, there's a lot of pressure on the actors, because let's face it, film stock is expensive as fuck.
Yeah, low budget, you don't want to fuck up.
That's the thing, and it put a lot of pressure on them, and they were just like, and a lot of the actors like totally flourished through it. They're like, man, we can't fuck up these scenes, like, because it's going to cost a lot of money to do this shit. We're shooting this over a long period of time. And I thought that was really interesting, because you wouldn't hear this type of commentary from films like 30, 40 years ago, right? Like, shooting on it was normal, but nowadays it's not the norm. Nobody shoots on 60 millimeter stock.
Shoot and figure it out.
Right. They said it would take a couple weeks to get the dailies back, and they were like, okay, fuck, like, how did that go? Because you can only be like, maybe that was a good shot, like maybe we caught it. Kind of crazy when you actually think about the filmmaking. So that's another reason why it took 3 years to shoot and stuff like that. So, and they go into like things I talked about, like shooting the indoor shots where they built the sets inside his house and stuff like that, which kind of makes sense. But I do like the fact that they use different locations, like the pig farm and like, the historical museums and shit like that, which is awesome to do that, to get permission to shoot in those, because those are like authentic looking Western non-sets, right? It's on a set. It's actually a real thing. It's kind of cool, actually. It's just redone kind of thing, right? So then there's another special feature on the special effects with the special effects artist, and it goes through he basically talks about like all the kills and all on like how he did all the effects and stuff like that, how he molded them all. It's actually really interesting. I love watching things on effects, because I always find it really interesting on how people do shit, because it's just one thing maybe you don't really think about too much when you're watching films, like how the fuck did they do that? I at least do. I'm like, damn, that looks really cool. And it's usually really simple. I'm fucking stupid, I can't figure shit out, so, which is cool, because then you learn about it in the special features. But and then of course they do have the full extended. I know Vinegar Syndrome releases on YouTube. There was a short with the director Austin Schnell in the archive. Did they show the whole 15-minute thing on their JP? Do you remember?
How many minutes is it?
It was 15 on here.
I feel like it might have been about that, but
I watched a little bit of it. Like, I remember watching some of it, but I don't remember watching this whole thing. But anyways, so it's basically him in the Vinegar Syndrome archive, and he's going through some films, and he talks about pigs, of course, and that was one of the influences on films, hence the pig scene and stuff like that. Then he picked out Angel from 1983, which Angel's fucking awesome. Love that film. Pretty cool that he talked about that. And then I learned that he's a big Troma fan, because half the movies that he picked here are fucking Troma films. And then he goes into Night Beast from 1982, Don Dohler's Night Beast, which is one of my all-time favorite low-budget creature feature films. It's one of the greatest. I totally agree with him. I've said this many, many times. It's one of the greatest like monster costumes ever done. It's amazing. A lot of teeth.
One of the greatest sex scenes ever. Passionate lovemaking between two normal-looking middle-aged people.
Right. And then we got Luther the Geek. He goes into Luther the Geek and he breaks that shit down. And like every time I think about that movie, I'm just like, it is such a bizarre film, right? Like the whole premise of Luther the Geek is just bizarre.
I love that movie.
Yeah, it's stupid fun, man. It's just ridiculous. And then he talks about the instructor, which I had reviewed on here, and I was like, oh fuck yeah, that's awesome, man, from 1981. I'm like, that's fucking awesome, man. So he talks about that. And then he goes back into the Troma vault and he talks about Blood-Sucking Freaks, how he watched that movie and he's like, dude, every time I watch that movie, it's just disgusting. it's like it's one of those vile, disgusting movies that like you're kind of playing along with the joke and stuff, and you're kind of visualizing the joy. It's fun. Then out of the blue, he talks about the human tornado from 1976, the Rudy Ray Moore film. I'm like, that's awesome because that's actually one of my favorite Rudy Ray Moore films. I'm like, that's pretty cool. That's a fun one. And then he brings up JP's favorite movie, The Southern Comfort, from 1981.
Yeah.
So yeah, which I think is fucking. He even
That's
says
a cool little segment. I wish they would do that more.
Me too, man. It's
like the Criterion Closet or whatever the fuck.
Exactly. It's totally, and I got hooked on those Criterion Closets, man. I've been watching those videos.
Those are fun.
The last like 2-3 weeks, I must have watched like 40 of them. It's crazy.
Have you seen the Gas for No one?
No, I haven't seen that one, but like
I have actually.
I've seen the picture where you have him picking up Sallow 100 fucking times.
Yeah, like there's a point where he sees Sallow on the shelf and he like pulls it off. He's like, whoa. He like holds it. He's like, this is my favorite movie.
Yeah, I actually got really into those, man. I thought it was really cool. Like I watched the Kyle MacLachlan one, and I watched a bunch of random ones, man. I'm so intrigued to see the movies that people pull out of there.
Mm-hmm.
It's always interesting to see actors pull out films and talk about them. Like I watched Ben Affleck's one, and I watched like 40 of them. I can't remember.
You gotta watch the Michael Cera one if you haven't. That's a really good one.
Oh, I didn't watch it, but I saw it was like in my I could have.
Yeah, Michael Cera talking about movies is insane.
Really?
He picks off the first movie he picks is a Japanese movie called Good Morning, a Yasujiro Ozu movie. He just goes absolutely like autismo mode about Japanese cinema. I was like, wow, Michael Cera, I didn't know that was in you.
You're like, I found my new crush,
dude. For a second, I was like, "Damn, dude, that's it." Like he keeps talking. I always
we have matching tisms.
I always remember when like he like talked about that movie. He mentioned there's a lot of fart jokes in this movie, and eventually, like years later, I did buy and watch that movie. It's from the 50s, and yeah, there's a bunch of fart jokes. I was like, "Oh yeah, Michael Cera said
Hell
that."
Yeah, that's awesome. And then there's a couple like storyboard things that are like 2-3 minutes a piece. It's just like there's a storyboard for like the ambush scene and the flashback scene, which is only about 2-3 minutes. They're pretty quick watches and stuff. And then there's also a really random thing behind the scenes of the dubbed Japanese premiere.
What the fuck?
That I've never seen a feature like that before. It's so weird. It's literally just the movie's dubbed in Japanese. It's fucking crazy. And then there's there's a Q&A at the Liberty Hall Theater, which has like pretty much the entire cast. A couple of people are missing and stuff. And that's about 45 minutes or something like that. So pretty much the same type of information kind of gets regurgitated throughout the whole thing. But all in all, man, I am really, really impressed with this. It looks as good as it's going to look on, it's Blu-ray 60 millimeter. I think it looks fantastic. And it's not a filter. So shut the fuck up, people. It's not a filter. But so what did you guys think of this movie? Everyone watched it?
Not me.
Oh, yeah, it's pretty good. I liked it.
It's on Shudder.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's on Shudder.
Dude,
we told you it was on Shudder.
No, you didn't.
Yeah,
we did.
It became on Shudder after I watched it.
I've been in the chats, so like I was talking to Moodz about this before you guys got on. I was early tonight. I was here before Moodz.
I know he's busting your balls about reading shit and not fucking commenting. I'm like, what the fuck is everyone reading shit?
I literally walked in the door, like, changed out of my work clothes, sat down, like logged in my computer. It was
yeah. I was telling Moodz, like I had like some of the craziest like weeks, like last like 3 months have just been insane. But especially this past month, oh boy, was it insane. But yeah, like I haven't even been in chats. Like every once in a while, like I'll spend like a little bit of time, but like usually like when I hop back in a chat, I'll scroll quickly back through what I missed. I haven't even been doing that because I've just been missing so much that it's not worth the time.
Yeah, there's days I like don't talk at all. I used to like have plenty of time to always check in. But
yeah, it's just been like crazy with me, man.
Well, JP, make sure you watch this one for 25. It's a 25.
Right. Well,
that's why I wanted to watch it.
So I don't typically buy anything that's like brand new, like movies, unless it's like something I'm
I usually don't either, but I'd watched this prior to this release coming out. And I liked it, so I was like, I liked it enough to buy it. Or otherwise, I wouldn't have bought it. But
so I normally don't do that, but I will do that if it's something that one of you guys picked to review. However, because Moodz literally can never be on time and pick shit. I put like the last couple times I've been putting my order with assumptions of what people are picking, and I barely ever pick up Tyler's. But so I placed my order already. I just never went back and grabbed it again. I didn't know it was on Shutter though, or else I might have.
You could have just added it to the order.
I mean, well, I will say this year you've watched
Oh,
two of my movies now out of 6 opportunities, so you're shooting 33%. That's not bad.
That's not bad this year, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I can tell you for sure I will not be watching your film next month. But yeah, it's
don't
it
even
sounded,
remember
I
what
mean,
you
it
picked.
sounded interesting from like what you were talking about. I like the Fulci shout outs and shit like that.
I mean, I know you're a fan of Western horror films. I mean, that's pretty much what it is.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
I saw that
it's right up
I
your
shared
alley,
that
JP.
fucking video of the guy talking about his influences to you guys. So yeah, I should have but I think like I thought like the title sounded like something from the 70s, and then when I saw it was modern, I was just like, oh, it's gonna be one of those like trying to be an old movie looking things. But,
I will say it does it properly though. It really does it properly in my opinion. So
yeah, I'll definitely check it out before the year's up.
Yeah. So what did you guys think of it? You guys watched it?
Yeah, I dug it too.
Yeah, I liked a lot
it
of
was just like a
the-
nice little love letter, kind of like Five Dead on a Crimson
I
Canvas.
kind of knew when to over exaggerate like some of the effects, or like they'd stab someone and they'd shoot a fountain of blood for like 7 seconds straight and just like let cover the wall. Like that stuff was fun. Just that little sense of humor. Like when that guy like just had that line, I don't know, it caught me like the perfect way, and I laughed for like 30 seconds at this
Again,
guy. Just
you know,
I didn't do shit.
I mean, a lot of people have done those type of homages. Like, I mean, obviously Tarantino's done that stuff. I mean, that's a throwback thing. It's over the top, but it's not done goofy. Like, that's the one cool thing about this movie is, like I said, the subtle comedy that's in it is very like situational.
I think
just kind of like.
I did think it was a little hammy, but I also think when you're making a low budget movie that you honestly want a little bit of that, because it kind of like creates this environment where you're like winking a little bit and like you're having fun with it.
I mean, I guess I never
them
really...
being hillbillies too. You can get away with being a little cheesy and serious at the same time.
I kind of do want that, but I also laugh at everything. So
yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, I definitely. I mean, I laughed a couple. I mean, the joke about the selling black people, I thought was pretty funny. Just to throw that in there, I was like, damn, dude, that's like because it's the time period it's set in though too, right? It kind of makes sense to make that joke, but like. I
people
mean,
probably still
in
pissed
theory
off
it's not
that.
funny, but it's funny in the context of the film though. But yeah, I think it's really, really good, man. I up my rating actually. This is why I mean, I really enjoyed it the first time, but I really enjoyed it this time, and I watched on the big screen, and you know, just it was nice because I originally watched it like on my laptop because I was watching it illegally. It wasn't even on Shutter at the time, but I knew I wanted to watch because I read a description on this and I was like, this is right up my alley. And it never said anything about being like a Fulci homage or anything like that. It just said Western horror. I'm like, I'm sold. I'm sold. So
yeah, Western horror shot on film.
And that's cool, man, because now he's in the Vinegar Syndrome archive, you know. He's got a print in there. He's on 35mm in there. Pretty cool. So yeah,
weird that this is technically a VSP but through Yellow Veil.
Yeah, so that was the other thing I want to mention. It's Yellow Veil Pictures. They have that ridiculously loud intro when you pop in your Blu-ray. It's like, it's like holy fuck. I always have my TV up too high and I'm like, holy fuck, that's loud as shit. Yeah, so
have they ever released like a Giallo?
I only have a few titles from Yellow Veil. Apparently, this is number 36. If you guys are into collecting these, I
think I only have a couple as well.
I have 2 or 3 or something like that.
From Yellow Veil, they're actually kind of one of my top labels, I think.
They're really random with their titles, aren't they?
Because they put out the Hourglass Sanatorium and the other 2 movies from that Polish guy. Those are like straight. Those are not like in line with any of this.
Who did Calvert?
No, Calvert's on.
Calvert's Yellow Veil, I believe.
Was it?
Or was it Altered Innocence? It's got to be one of those.
I thought it
was.
was.
I think it was Altered Innocence.
No, I don't think it's Altered. Oh shit, I can't remember.
Maybe it was Yellow Veil. Who the fuck knows?
Yeah, maybe it is. I know I have a few titles because every time that intro pops up, I'm like, it fucking makes me jump, dude. It's so loud.
Yeah, the
it's so fucking loud, and it's such a throwback thing. It's actually a really good intro. It's really good. But I'm gonna give this one 8.5 out of 10. It's actually one of my favorite watches of 2025.
Yeah.
I've watched it twice. It's the only movie this year I've watched twice, which it's not going to be the only one. I'm definitely got to watch some other ones from this year.
The Monkey twice.
I watched The Monkey twice also too because I got the 4K and I rewatched it.
I watched Eddington twice.
I don't think I watched shit twice.
You've already watched
anything twice.
Yep, I watched Eddington twice.
Damn, dude, that's crazy, man.
I watched it in the theater, and then it popped up on MB, and I had to show everyone. And I watched
if there's one thing I notice about, like, I click on your guys' letterboxes, and like I'll see your year total. And then I'll click on your actual year, and then you guys have rewatched maybe 1 or 2 movies. I have like 30 or 40 rewatches higher.
Yeah.
Like my shit goes up like 40 things.
Yeah,
you probably were looking at mine over the last couple months, like, dude.
Until it starts to hit me.
Did he die? Because I didn't. I had like.
I'll get some in soon,
dude. I noticed that,
like,
man. Your guys' movie watches have gone down so much.
But I had.
We got big boy
25
jobs
to log.
We're stressed and have less time.
I also was just so behind on logging. Like I was so behind.
Yeah.
I caught up recently. I still have like probably about 8 movies.
Yeah, I'm like 6 or 7 behind, I think. But I've just been grinding. Like I'm glad I paced myself well with 92 because I'm at 69 right now. I gotta watch.
You're in a good situation.
I'm going for 92, so I gotta watch 18 more movies before I can start playoffs.
You could definitely do that.
JP with the subtle joke.
But then playoffs,
I'm at 69 right now. He's like, yeah, you're in a good position right now. It's actually really fucking funny.
And I do have 2 shorts left to watch too, like 2 movies under an hour. So that's
yeah. Tony is just like batshit, dude. Like it's fucking insane how many movies he's watching. It's crazy. I look at his letterbox. I'm like, bro, just watched 7 movies today. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, sometimes it just be that way.
Yeah.
I did one thing I liked with this too is of all the movies I thought were going to be contenders. Well, I got lucky too, where we watched a bunch of movies that like I thought were going to be good movies for the year anyway. But I started off with watching like Chronos, Tetsuo 2, Dead Alive. So now it's going to be I'm probably going to like watch those again now when I get towards the end. So I'm looking forward to that.
I have a lot of the heavy hitters like still to go. Like
so,
I've only watched a couple of them.
I always
all my
save,
heavy hitters.
I've saved all mine
the
mostly.
Ones that are highly probable that I've seen a couple times for the end. And I just call that, and I throw in the playoffs, and then anything else that like earned its spot. Usually, it's only like 10 or 11 films or 12. Like sometimes this time it's like 15 movies I have to watch for the 10 spots. But I know what my number one is. Like it was never not this movie.
I need you to start bracketing these playoffs.
I don't bracket them against each other. I just watch them all at the same time. Like those will be, and it just makes it easier for me to rank it when I watch them all together.
I actually purposely mix in all the top ones with all like I always say this, but
there's the movies that I don't have to watch once. Like they basically have buys into the playoffs, and the movies that like earn their way. And then like now I've seen this. Now I'm watching this movie for the second time that I discovered 6 months ago. Yeah. And how does it stack up against Candyman that I've seen 50 times?
Right. Yeah, I think it's going to be.
I still don't know what my number one is.
Yeah.
Man.
I think it's going to be an interesting
one
list.
is, but literally every other spot is open. There's like a probable tier for 2 and 3, but after that, it could literally be any film.
I'm pretty sure
literally have no idea.
There's going to be people's like number 1, 2, maybe 3 that aren't even on other people's lists. I know this is going to work. It's just one of those years.
Wild year.
100%. Someone's number 1 not even going to be on someone's list.
Because I do kind of creep on everyone's rating just so I make sure I don't watch, like, I don't miss a movie someone's really high on. I try to, like, I have probably a 95% success rate of seeing movies that make people's top 10s, but I just try not to miss, like, the movies that are going to make. So any movie someone, like, rates highly, I watch. And there's like a wide variety of people on the show.
There's always a movie on Carly's list that I never watched. Like she always ends up having some weird fucking movie. I'm just like, what the hell? I'm like,
I watched
like 110 movies for this. How did I miss this? It's crazy.
I got everybody in 75, so that made me happy. I
don't think I've ever once had a perfect.
Yep, 75. I was perfect.
Oh, I've had some top. Yeah,
I feel like I'm 50-50.
My methods worked because I got Tony's Alice Cooper movie, and I was the only one that was like, "Yep."
Yeah, that was a crazy one too. Yeah.
Hell yeah! I'm glad you watched that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's fun.
All right, is it my turn?
But I'm like, this is one of the shows I've been looking forward to doing for so long because I just keep thinking about it. I'm like, because I know like Dave's Dave Z, he hates so many of the movies that we love.
Yeah.
Like
I
his list is
almost
gonna be
feel
so
like
different. It's crazy to me, and I'm just like,
I
oh my
feel
god,
like
this is so crazy.
everything on my list won't even be on his list.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
he
what I'm
keeps
thinking.
saying he knows like Dracula is his number one, but it just that doesn't really even seem like a David Z movie to me, so that surprises me.
He loves that movie.
It's crazy too, and that's actually one of the things I was referring to. Like I could see that being someone number one, and then people not even having it in their top 10.
Well, it's a well-made movie. It's a
Yeah,
cop
there's no
movie.
question
Like,
that it's not
yeah, it's
well
a
made.
Francis cop movie. It's
I
like
I just
it's a
rewatched it for
but
the
it's
first
it
time in like 20
surprises
years.
me that it's a Dave Z movie because it's slow movie. It's long. It's a period piece. Like there's some things in them that aren't great, but
I mean, Army of Darkness doesn't
Yeah,
surprise me that he
Keanu
doesn't like it.
Reeves.
yeah.
So
I know the bastard lives. Colfax Abbey.
yeah. All right, JP.
All right, bros. I got a title here called The Rage Carrie 2. And yeah, this is so first and foremost, the original Carrie is one of my all-time favorite movies. I think it was like top 10, like when I did my top 50 list, but it's one that I truly love. Like it's one that I every time I watch it, I just fall in love with it more and more.
It's in my
Um,
all-time top 10 too. I
yeah,
love it
man,
so
it's
much.
just it just is so good. Like it's
It
just
is
so
not
well
in mine,
made for
but
me.
I love Carrie. I love Brian De Palma.
Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
don't know.
it's
I've
definitely
always
my number
loved
one,
Dude,
Brian De
when it
Palma.
goes into that like split scene at like the prom, and then like it just like the box like moves over to the right of the screen, it like gives me chills. Like I love it.
Yeah,
To me, it's the dancing scene with her and Tommy, how it's like the camera just revolving around them. And
oh,
Yeah.
like the
Cat
more like,
Williams.
yeah, like, yeah, exactly. Like he like kisses her, it's like her first kiss in her life, and then like she's going through like a whirlwind of emotions and it's going faster and faster. It's just so cool.
The stuff that I love about that movie, like that I didn't really like notice or like put as much emphasis on until I was an adult, is like the relationship with the mother and like how painful that whole thing is in the end when she like tries to embrace her mother. You know what I mean? Like it's just because like everybody, she had nobody. Like it's just it was tough, you know. And I like that movie is such a comfort movie to me too, because it's one that would run like during the Halloween season, like on AMC Fear Fest or something, like all the time. So it was just always, I always associated it with like the fall weather and like October and stuff like that. So it's one that I always try to watch regularly as well. But The Rage Carry 2 is actually one that I had never really like seen. I remember it came out back in the day, the 90s. What year is
99.
this actually?
99.
99. And I remember not really like I remember seeing it but not really paying attention to it when it was like on VHS. And then we watched it for a 22 shots episode where we did all four of the Carrie movies that are
You Carrie.
currently exist. Yeah, do Carrie. And I'm not really sure why I picked Carrie 2 on this one, other than I just was like, I guess I'm getting it, so I might as well like check it out. And I was like, I think that it was just one of those things where I didn't know what else to pick. Um, so I went with Carrie 2. But I was curious also just to see if I remember when we reviewed it, I liked it, and I was just curious to see if that was going to still be the case or not. So yeah, this movie directed by Kat Shea, and she directed Poison Ivy, which I just recently watched as well.
Ooh,
Hmm.
the combo.
Yeah,
They just have some like erotic sleaze in it.
yeah,
Yeah, she also directed Strip to Kill from 87, which is one
Yeah.
I actually like. And she
and
directed
Dance
Streets,
of the Damned from '89.
Streets with Christina Applegate,
Yep.
Oh yeah,
So
she
which
bathes
is
in the sleaze.
yeah, that's a cool film. Yeah.
yeah, so I thought that was pretty interesting. I didn't know that, but I just watched Poison Ivy this week as well. So
Yeah.
yeah, that was pretty interesting. Um, The cast, I really don't know anybody but the guy that is in Dazed and Confused. I've seen him before.
Jason Landon.
Jason.
Oh, and by the way, I don't know
Not
if
even
you,
Brad Taylor.
Well, I was gonna get to him.
oh, there's a
for-
guy from Home Improvement, Zach.
Yeah, dude.
The fuck's that
Yeah.
guy's name? Whatever.
Zach
Brad
Bryan.
Taylor.
Zach. Yeah. So Jason Landon. What the fuck is
Jason
with
London?
the casting? First of all, I got to
It's
know
London.
this.
Yeah, it's London.
Jason London, whatever. What the fuck is with casting him in this film? So he was a teenager in Days Confused in 93. This is 99, 6 years later. He's fucking 27 in this movie, bro.
Dude.
Whatever.
Sissy Spacek was like 26, 27
Yeah,
in
she
the
was
original
26.
Carrie.
But it's funny
He's
when you play a
26.
teenager in a film so many years before and you're still a teenager so many years
Well,
later.
this
It's
is
just
what
a
they were
weird
making-
concept. Like, it's
This
weird.
is what they were making fun of, and not another teen movie.
The one thing,
Oh, yeah.
I was like,
The
what
old lady. I've
JP,
never even been cast.
I don't know how I noticed this while I was watching this movie, but there's a couple scenes in the film where Jason London looks identical to fucking Eminem. He has the same fucking face. If you put a blonde little fucking
Dude,
haircut
for
on
real.
him,
He does
he-
look like him.
identical, bro. Identical. I'm watching the movie going, this motherfucker looks like Eminem. If he had the blonde hair, same face, structure, everything.
That is so wild.
Crazy. And I kept
Um,
thinking to myself, if they ever made a movie about Eminem, like, well, obviously he's probably too old to play it now, but
8
like
Mile.
he looks like a man. He looks like
those fucking
no
London
about
brothers.
Eminem's life, like a whole, not just like
8
that was-
Mile again.
8 Mile was more of like the whole battle scene. And
It
shit,
was
the
like a
whole come
week
up.
of his life.
Yeah. I mean, well, there's a lot more to this. 8 Mile captures a little bit of that whole battle time and stuff like that, which was going on with everybody.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about his entire life. If you actually
Yeah,
did
I
a
know,
a biopic of him, not just the whole battle scene. and
I
shit
mean,
like
that's
that.
gonna happen one day, right?
Yeah,
that,
but, like,
that
But Jason London looks
probably when he
fucking just
dies.
like him. It's fucking crazy.
But yeah, I didn't notice that, but I'll be definitely looking for it next time I watch this.
Mhm.
And then there's also, like we said, Zachary Ty Bryan, who is Brad
Yeah.
Taylor. I grew up watching Home Improvement, so it's just so fucking weird. And he has like the same haircut and shit too.
And he's still a little fucking brat.
Yeah. Okay, so Rage Carrie 2. You know what's funny about this movie? I remembered everything except for the fact that it is like super tied to the original. Like I always in my head, I always think it's like an in-name only like
It's
sequel
kind
thing.
of a legacy sequel.
It is like
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
So the only returning character, you do have Sue Snell from the original film, who was like the survivor. But it basically follows this girl named Rachel. She goes to this high school called Bates High School, which if you're gonna make a new high school after a crazy tragedy, maybe like
Change the
make it
name.
not like something that sounds sinister.
The original high school is also called Bates.
Yeah, was it? I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
So yeah, Rachel is sort of like a bit of an outcast, but not like tormented like Carrie was. You know what I mean? She's just kind of like a loner in a way. But she has a best friend named
That's what makes the bullying later on so ridiculous. Like, she's not like this crazy outcast where they're just like, picking on her the whole film and it just kind of escalates into the point. It's like, she's not really that much of an outcast. Like in the original film, like Sissy Spacek's character is like,
But I
everyone
kind of
fucking
like
hates her.
that they did that. They like modernized it for the time a little bit. Like it was
Yeah.
kind of a different type of bullying. You know what I mean? It wasn't as much mean girls as like mean
This just
guys.
feels very mean spirited. Like the way
Oh,
they
it's
do
like
it.
way more mean spirited. Like in Carrie, it's like plug it up. It's like, yeah, it's kind of just bullying. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This one's like, we killed a girl.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just drove this girl to suicide.
Yeah,
Yeah.
isn't it fucking funny, bro?
Hey, I got 5 points for that. It was worth it. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Let me ask you
So-
guys something. Did this movie come out before American Pie in 99? Because you got
No,
fucking
this-
Eddie Kane Thomas in this film. You got Mia Savari, whatever her name is. She's the one that commits suicide in
Mena
the film.
Savari.
Mina Savari, whatever. Like, she's the one that dies. But like, they're
Someone for
Savari.
American Beauty.
yeah, because she was in, yeah. So you got this
Which
whole
was
American-
also 99.
Yeah.
She had a hell of a 99.
Wow,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like you got this whole American Pie connection here. You got Rachel Blanchard too, who played she was in the Clueless TV series too. She was a
Well,
big
yeah.
name. She was a big name.
Yeah,
So it's like it's very much of the times, but it's interesting that there's all these connections to like American
It's
Pie in this
99.
film. Yeah. It's crazy.
Well, maybe American Pie was just, or one of these.
Rage, Carrie 2 came out before American Pie.
Wow.
I feel like a lot of the time
Damn,
when
that
like
makes
you're
more sense.
casting movies like this too, like people do, it's like anything. People just refer to each other and like, oh, this is Mina. I worked with her on this movie.
Yeah.
Why don't you give her an audition?
Especially at this
Carrie is
time.
in March and American Pie was in July.
Yeah, because
Really, what
Shipwreck's
about
not in
the
it
film?
too much.
Very
Like
close.
in this film, he's got like a little small part. Obviously, Mina's his role is very small too because she takes a header very quick. But
So yeah, Rachel is friends with this girl who was like fell in love with this jock dude and fucking got all mushy with this guy, and he was just using her for like this sex game where they're just trying to bang all the chicks and they get points per chick, like per what it's not just per chick, it's per there's also bonus points for harder to get chicks.
Oh, there's like a
but-
tiering. You just can't like pork all the ugly chicks.
Yeah, it's like Death Race 2000.
Yeah.
Right. And Rachel's friend is like devastated by this and basically deletes herself, I think is what the kids are saying these days.
Oh.
it's so extreme to do that though. Like, come on, man, that's pretty drastic.
Yeah, Jesus,
Like,
grow up.
For a high school like
But
age
dude, has
kid,
it
it's
happened?
like
Has it
Yeah.
happened?
Dude, my
yeah,
brother,
like
my
to
brother
them like that stuff
graduated,
is
like,
important in their lives. So it's
That
like
it's the only
they
it's
don't
like all
they
know
don't
at
experience
that
like
point.
true life struggles yet. So
Yeah.
like that's
Yeah.
like crazy to them.
Oh, but they
my
do explain
brother
it
who
away though because she,
graduated 4 years after me had 4 kids in his class, his graduating class, to delete themselves.
yeah, I mean, I knew people that did the same thing growing up at different reasons, but whatever. But they do explain it away because I think that she says to our lead in the film, she says that that she finally did it. And I think she had that connection. It was like losing her virginity kind of thing. And like she had that connection with him where obviously this dude was just a number thing with him. And
Yeah,
then
imagine losing your virginity to fucking Brad Taylor.
to somebody that
And then
doesn't
he,
give
and then
a
he just
fuck.
blows you off.
You were 8 points.
Yeah, it's
you were
like
8
fucking
points, and then
damn,
you
dude.
you take a fucking header off a building. It's
Like
it's
that's
insane.
not even the Home Improvement son that all the girls liked. It was like, it wasn't even the
Exactly.
Yeah, it was
one.
Jonathan Taylor Thomas. he was second. He was second build, man.
But yeah, so Rachel's friend dies. There's sort of a little bit of a subplot with like the police and stuff investigating Brad's character, and they're trying to like basically brush it under the rug because he's a quarter football player. And there's a lot like it is like super fucking jock city in this movie, like, and it is like fucking like they're fucking they suck, dude.
They're maniacs.
Like,
dude. They're fucking
you
maniacs.
hate these motherfuckers. Like they're all horrible, dude.
And their girlfriends.
I
Like they're
hate
just
that.
called
So,
the worst
yeah.
people.
When I saw this when I was a normal person, probably 10 years ago, I felt like that. But then I watched this again, like maybe 5 years ago, and I thought it was funny. Like I kind of like the jocks.
Dude, what is with all the jocks being fucking skinheads?
They're just, it's so
Is she
over
saying
the
something with
top.
that?
It's so over
They
the
just
top.
did
think
it for
that-
it's like a
it's like a
homecoming tradition.
ritualistic like fucking thing, you know what I mean?
Oh,
Like,
it just comes off as being
Yeah.
so rotten looking. It just because they're
Yeah.
such vile
Yeah.
people. It just if you associate skinheads with that behavior, it just,
I think
oh
that
my
was like
God.
a subconscious intentional thing to make them look like animals, like, by the
vile
end.
pieces of shit. Yeah, they
Yeah,
succeeded because they're.
I
fucking
hate it
idiots.
because it makes them hard to like
Tell who's who.
tell apart.
I guess that kind of makes it like the revenge aspect in this like totally justifiable though too because they're just despicable fucking.
Oh
people,
yeah,
man.
like you're totally rooting for Rachel, like, and it is very frustrating too, like as like a viewer, because like the way the story plays out. So she essentially is like slowly starts getting involved with one of the like jocks who kind of like is like, I'm leaving my jockhood behind because like I'm like growing up and these guys kind of suck.
But he's got 1 foot in still.
Yeah, but he like right before that he was participating in the list and everything. I think like the suicide is supposed to be like the tipping point where it's like I'm done with this lifestyle type shit. But and it goes I feel like it's paced pretty well and
He
developed
plays the same
properly
character
enough.
as Dazed and Confused. He plays the good guy. He does.
And so Rachel slowly falls for this dude, and then she slowly lets down her guard and starts becoming closer with like some of the girls who like always showed no interest in her and that she didn't like. Uh and that's like the sad part of it. It's the same thing as fucking the original Carrie, right? Like it's just like to see this person who's like letting their guard down and finally able to live a little like more. It's done better in the original Carrie, obviously, but it just it hurts. It sucks. Like you feel bad for
It's
for
flawed
people.
with her parents or adoptive parents or whatever. Like they don't really show a lot of that, but like they're obviously just there for the money. Like she's just
Yeah,
a number game for them, right?
yeah,
So you get a little bit of that, but like it's very minimal. So I don't know.
and you have so the way that they tie this movie into the other movie is that this is supposed to be Carrie White's half sister. um Rachel's father was Ralph White, who left Carrie's mom and got with this other chick. And apparently, this genetic telekinesis comes from the father's genetics. So that's how they tie it together. A little sloppy, but it's fine. Sue Snell sort of is the gateway between the two films. She is now a counselor in the high school, and she picks up on Rachel's situation. And I will say, it like times it feels like an overreach where she's treating it like the exact same thing is happening when it's like the clues weren't there that the exact same thing was happening. Like the telekinesis thing, sure, but like the fact like that she's looking at it like, oh, somebody's gonna ruin her life too, and like cause this traumatic stress, and then she's gonna flip out and kill everybody. Like she reaches a little bit for what her character actually knows, I think. And it's just like kind of a bit much to assume that the exact same thing is going to happen, even though like as a viewer you clearly know the exact same thing's going to happen. And yeah, so that's basically the plot and stuff like that. It's kind of funny watching this movie because like nothing actually horror pretty much happens until like the last 17 minutes of the movie. Like kind of it's like a drama before that, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like I looked when the like
Is there
first
really
like
a lot of
deaths are
horror in the
happening.
original Carrie though?
No, and I started thinking about that too, and I'm like, well, actually that was kind of like the original Carrie. I think it's a little bit more scary because like the mother is like a lunatic and you feel like she could snap
Yeah,
at
well,
any
that's
time.
where this one kind of lacks because, like, with you think they would kind of play on the adoptive parents being a little bit more, or they have a little bit more in the narrative, but it doesn't go there. There's a couple
Yeah.
scenes where they act like pieces of shit, and they clearly are about the numbers, about the money. Like, where are we going to make up that $300 a month? Like, how pathetic are you that you need
Get a job.
$300? Like,
Dad, I want to
fuck,
go to the
that's
high
pathetic.
school dance, and he's like, oh, awesome,
Hold
son.
on. What
What?
was $300 in 1999 compared to now?
Oh, shut up.
It's
Do you
I'll
remember
look that
that
up.
joke Dave Chappelle said though, where he asked his dad to go to the dance, and he's like, "Yeah," and then he's like, it's at $3 to get in." He's like, "Son, I ain't got it," and he's like, "You don't got $3?"
Not for you.
That's like one of my favorite shit ever. He's like,
I do
got
kind of like the
$3?
casting in this film, like with the lead
It's like
character.
$589.
Wow, that's not that serious.
I'm not
No.
100% sure what her name is, but the girl that plays
Rachel.
Rachel.
Yeah, I like her too. I honestly thought the whole cast was like what they were doing. Like
Yeah.
it's a bit weird to see like Brad in like playing a like fucking horrible person.
I don't think that's weird. I feel like that's exactly what Brad Taylor would grow up to turn into.
Probably.
He was a little shithead in the show.
Yep.
Yeah.
So anyway, I think the casting is pretty good. I kind of like that they tie it into the original, and it's like it fits enough to where I'm like it warrants the sequel, I guess. And I think that like it does take like the same beats of Carrie, but it sort of modernizes it a bit. And instead of it being like the mean girls, like I said, it's like it's more of like this sexist thing. That I thought made sense after I realized the director was a woman, and like her perspective of the story, I think fit for this movie. And I think that it it might be a bit overboard, but we've all seen like
it's it's an allegory on like how jock life and football life can be.
Yeah, well,
Like,
we've seen this happen in real life too. Like that one, remember
they get away with everything.
The one college with the kids that like R-worded that girl or something. There was like a documentary on Netflix about it and stuff.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
there's definitely like some truth to the what the director is saying here. And I think that it's like at the time too, I think people were more brash and like blunt with like I mean, I know for sure in my high school, like dudes did like have sex with girls and then dump them and tell all their friends about it.
Oh,
Like,
of course.
and like just like make them look like a complete fool. You know what I mean?
I'm
Like,
just saying
so,
there's no repercussions by anybody. Like there's nothing come back, and these guys are the star players of these high schools and shit. Like Friday Night Lights did a really good job of portraying that, that kind of inner, it's almost like a cult, man. It's fucking weird. Like these guys got away with fucking everything. And that's how it's just perceived within these schools. It's like, well, if you're a jock on the football team and stuff, like you can do shit like this. Like regular people don't have a structured point system for fucking girls. Football players do, because they can just get away with it. You know what I mean? It's fucking strange. Like I had my fair share of vagina in the 90s in high school. I never had a point system. It wasn't a game to me. I just like tapping that ass. You know what I mean?
They all look the same in the
It's
dark.
fucking weird, like how, but it seems like it's portrayed like in a real life where like it seems like athletes, especially football players, it's like a filthy game, and they just kind of.
I mean, the closest thing for me
And
was like
Canadian
me and my
hockey
friends
players.
literally,
Oh,
like
dude,
me
it's
and my
bad.
friends
It's
love
bad.
the American Pie movies. And we literally, like when we were like 15, 14, 15, 16, somewhere around there, made a pact to like lose our virginity.
Yeah,
like,
I remember
that
watching
summer.
that
Like
another
we
cute
literally
movie, like,
did,
I wanna
we
be
did
like
the
that.
cheers and everything, and like we all made it happen. It was like it was like movie like.
Yeah.
But we all worked to help each other and stuff. It's pretty dope. But so yeah, the final 17 minutes of the movie is like where it gets like gory and horror, and there's actually some pretty like fun kills in here. There's a CD kill which was reminded me of Hellraiser 3 also. That was nice.
The
What do you
pool
think-
death is absolutely fucking horrifying.
Yeah, it is.
Full death.
That's the
There's-
best one.
There's some good stuff in there. There's some CG as well. One thing I never fucking really got, even though it looks kind of cool, is the rose thing. Like the rose tattoo that like travels through her body.
It doesn't even make a lick of sense.
I'm
dude.
like,
It's-
what
it's a-
what are
it's-
they
it's
trying to do?
effects.
Like, what is like I just never understood the point of it. Like it looks cool.
It's her
but
Super
it's just-
Saiyan form.
I feel like
Right.
I feel like that was her connection with her best friend, and like when the rage finally fucking like came full force, it was like her spirit almost like injecting her with
Yeah,
that
but she
rage
has
to get revenge.
telekinesis,
I know.
not fucking Dream Warriors.
I know, but like it's weird because like how else, like it all of a sudden just like grows around her body, and she's got it almost looks like barbed wire around her fucking body. It's kind of stupid.
Yeah, well, that's it looks cool. Yeah, I always thought it was weird, but it does look cool. Just
I always
feels
thought it was
really-
a connection with her friend, and like that.
I mean, it
just,
definitely is, but like it doesn't make sense for the story.
it doesn't. Well, it does because like they were best friends and they had that
But
like the
how does
blood.
the tattoo happen? Is what I'm saying. Like there's nothing in the story that's supernatural. other than-
Telekinesis doesn't make a tattoo grow.
Yeah, like I'm
No.
like I'm literally sitting there thinking like, well, if like you can move any physical thing, like ink is kind of physical. So like, can you
They just
spread
did it
out?
because it looks cool.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
I always took it as it was just like the connection she had with her best friend because they shared the same tattoo. And like when the rage got to that point, it was like that's what kind of filtered through her body and was like, hey, this is I'm gonna get revenge. That's just how I always took it. At least
But
when I watch this one.
at the end of the day, I actually think Carrie 2 is pretty dope. Like, I don't think it's like an amazing movie or anything, but it's like a fine time waster for me. Like,
do you think they killed
I
off
like it.
Sue's character a little bit too? All of a sudden, it's like she shows up and she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna say that." Bam, you're fucking dead.
Yeah, I feel like I feel like you're kind of
love that shit.
It's fucking hilarious.
We
Actually,
spend the entire movie her fucking cracking the case, doing this, doing that. She gets to the party, bam.
It's Scatman.
You know what's
Crothers,
funny
bro.
about it,
She
Tony?
doesn't even open the fucking door.
That's what I'm gonna say. She didn't even get through the fucking door.
That's
fucking
like
great.
it's like in The Shining when Scatman takes like a fucking planes, trains, and automobiles up to the fucking
Exactly. It's exactly it. Shows up, dies.
Overlook. And then he's
It's
just
so
like,
true. It's the exact same
axe to
thing.
the chest, bro.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I honestly do not mind Carrie 2. It did hold up enough. Like it's one that I could totally see myself watching like every 5 years and being cool with. And yeah, I give it a 7 out of 10.
Wow.
I think it's pretty.
What did you give
alright.
it before when we reviewed it?
I can look.
Because I don't remember, but I kind of gave it like a 6.5 this time. I feel like I probably gave it something like that before. I got to be in the
I'm
same
really
ballpark.
high on it. I'm like an 8 out of 10.
Really?
To me, it's super nostalgic for me. I used to rent that. I had the VHS. I watched it all the time growing up.
I saw it when it first came out, 99, 2000, whatever, and I was like appalled by it. But I was also very dramatic back then.
So
I was 11.
I was in college. But yeah, I was also very.
I gave it a 7 out of 10 back when I reviewed it before. So
What did I give it?
Stayed 6.5.
Oh shit! So I stayed on par. Okay.
Yeah. And Jeremy also gave it a 6.5. Now the Carrie remake, the 2002 one, we all came in at 4.5.
It's so bad because, or it's so disappointing because Angela Bettis is such a great actress.
Yeah.
Yeah, sucks.
I hate the ending.
Yeah.
But so yeah, Carrie 2. I did not get a chance to check out the special features. Like I said, I've just been insane. This is probably the busiest I've ever been. I hate making that excuse, but it literally is true.
I understand. Look at my movie count.
But like I was telling Moodz, I'm actually think that like my a lot of this crazy stuff is like ended. So I think I should be back to like having more free time. So I should be ready to go watching movies and prepping and stuff again. But the what it had on it was basically a couple of commentary tracks, and then there was some deleted scenes, alternate endings and stuff on the Blu-ray only. And yeah, so yeah, 2 commentaries I think, and then I'm not sure, did the original Scream Factory have any special features?
It has a commentary with Cache, and it has an alternate ending with before and after special effects sequences, additional scenes not seen in theaters, theatrical trailer.
So it seems like maybe the stuff on the Blu-ray is the similar stuff that was on the Scream Factory.
Yeah, probably ported over.
But yeah, that's the Rage Carrie 2. I think it's worth watching, honestly, for anybody who's like, I don't know if it's worth a fucking 4K upgrade, but you know, if you were like Tony and you never picked up that Scream Factory, I think that it's a fine title to pick up.
Mm-hmm. Sweet. All right. So that is going to conclude the solo reviews. Let's get into the featured review here on episode 8. We're going to take it all the way back to 1988 with a film called Mac and Me, part of the VSU line. That would be the Vinegar Syndrome Ultra line, which is their 4K, big boxy, bulky edition shit. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Mac and Me got this treatment.
What a doozy.
It's absolutely insane to me. When they first announced this, I was so appalled by this. I was like, this is crazy. Not saying I don't like the movie and stuff, but I'm just saying like I couldn't believe this movie was on the slime. But
Yeah, E.T. doesn't even have a release this good.
yeah, that's the fucking irony of it, right? Directed by Stuart Raphael, who I know this guy because he directed Tammy and the T-Rex. That's where I know the name from.
Or Tanny and the T-Rex.
Yeah, Tammy and the T-Rex. He also directed The Ice Pirates, which I really like that movie too. Philadelphia Experiment. Those are the movies I know him from. Anything after that, I don't really know him from. But yeah, so Tammy and the T-Rex. I know that Mac and Me, when this one came out, man, people were not impressed with this. It was a major box office flop. We know that it was supposed to have a sequel, and obviously from the original screenings and stuff like that, and of course it not making any money, they just instantly canceled the sequel because they apparently had greenlit the sequel before it even came out.
That is insane.
Hence the ending of the movie. They'd already greenlit
We'll
it, thinking
be
it was going to do well. Yeah, it was going to do. It was going to do.
Do you
good.
remember when it first came out?
Yeah. So I actually have a really funny story about this. So this triggered my mind. So okay, so it's probably 1988, 89, whatever it is. I don't know. So it's a Friday night, and what I did on Friday nights when I was that age, I'd always head up to the movie store with my mom, and I was so excited to rent Mac and Me. And we get up there and went up to the video update, and they had 4 copies, and they were all rented out. So I was like, "Fuck, sucks." I probably didn't say "fuck" because I wasn't like 9 or 10 years old, but anyways,
definitely did.
Chainsaw Massacre instead.
The point is, we ended up renting some other bullshit. I don't remember what it is because I was traumatized by this that Mac and Me wasn't in. Anyways, fast forward to Saturday morning, my next door neighbor named Chris Lund, we were good friends, and he comes over and he's
one
like,
of the 4 that rented it.
Yep. So he comes over and he's like, "Yo, man, what's up?" And I'm like, whatever. He's like, "Want to hang out and play?" So we're playing in the backyard, and he's like, "You want to go watch a movie?" I'm like, "What do you got?" And he's like, "Well, we rented Mac and Me." I'm like, "What?" I'm like, this is crazy. So that's how I watched Mac and Me for the first time. And I absolutely loved it. I'll never forget watching Mac and Me for the first time because the scene where the wheelchair goes into the water, I started laughing so hard that I think we rewound it 14 or 15 times. And we were both pissing ourselves. We couldn't stop laughing because it was so ridiculous. Oh, man. And it turns out to be the most cult scene ever. It's great, man. If you guys know Paul Rudd, what he does.
Yeah, that's all I knew about this movie is him going on, I think it's The Tonight Show, or I don't know where, and just like, "Oh, let's see the clip from your new movie, Paul." And he plays that scene where he goes flying.
He's done this multiple times over. He plays it up dead serious. Like, yeah.
Literally like 8 times.
Yeah, and he talks about it so serious, and he's like, "Yeah, roll the clip," and it's back in Me.
Isn't it like every single time?
Yeah, he's done it literally like 7 or 8 times. It's something ridiculous. Like, dude, every time he's been in this scenario, he just plays the clip from Mac and Me. That's the only thing I knew.
That is amazing.
I love Paul Rudd for this because that guy's got a great sense of humor, man. That's amazing.
Think about it from my perspective too. I never had even heard of this movie until like I saw the meme of that, and it's the scene where he like flies down the hill like on the wheelchair. So like that's the only context I have in this with this weird looking alien thing flying down a hill.
I was the same way.
Wheelchair kid.
So Mac and Me is basically known as a blatant ripoff of E.T. I mean, it shares similarities. It's little
like
bit
a
different.
McDonald's ad.
Yeah, it's a little bit different in narrative, but essentially it's the exact same thing as fucking as E.T. So I think that kind of hurt a little bit. I think back in the day, people didn't really understand what it was trying. It was trying to be its own thing, but it was still kind of a ripoff. And I think being an American film, people were just like, "Well, I saw E.T. years ago. Fuck this movie." So it did shit. It really, really bombed at the box office. Hardcore. It's unfortunate actually, because I would have loved to see the sequel to this movie. But anyways, quick little synopsis on the film. An alien trying to escape from NASA is befriended by a wheelchair-bound boy. Now, this is really interesting. Something I actually found out today yesterday while watching this movie is the boy that plays the wheelchair-bound kid is actually in a wheelchair in real life. So they needed someone to play the role, and they went and found this kid. So
it makes sense because I was like, specifically paying attention to his leg acting.
Me too.
And I'm
Me
like,
too.
he,
Yep.
I'm like, he's
He's
doing pretty
damn
good
good.
job.
That's why I looked it up. That's why I looked it up, bro. I literally looked it up because I was like, this kid is doing a really good job at
Not moving
acting.
his legs.
Yeah, at being like a paraplegic. And it turns out that he suffers from like some spinal thing or whatever. He might be able to walk, but he uses a wheelchair in real life. So I was like, that's crazy.
Damn.
So that's pretty interesting. But so this is your first time watch, Tyler?
Yep.
JP, first time watch?
Yes, sir.
Tony, obviously not, right? You've seen this before.
This is a second time watch. My first time watch was only in like 2021, so yeah, I'm pretty new to this movie.
Not gonna lie, this is the
I
first
remember
time I've watched
Andy
this
was
movie.
like real hype when that original Blu-ray came out. Like Andy
The Shell
from-
Factory one, yeah.
Yeah, he was a Mac and Me stan.
I've seen this movie a couple times. I watched it when it came out. Obviously, I told the story, and I watched it years later. I think it was on one of the movie channels, and I hadn't seen it probably since the 90s. But I still remembered a lot of the shit from the movie, and rewatching it now, it's just so fucking funny and weird, and actually a little bit irritating to watch in a weird, fun, odd way. And I'll explain myself.
Like,
I'll explain this to you. So when I watched this movie originally, never thought anything of it, of the score. Watched it years ago, never thought anything of it. I'm watching this right now. I caught on to it 5 minutes into the film. I'm like, why the fuck does this sound like Back to the Future? It's exactly the same score as Back to the Future, right? So I looked it up. Yeah, it's the same guy that did Back to the Future score.
Really?
Yeah, it is.
Best score of this movie annoyed the fuck out of me.
So it's back.
It's like the same jingle recycled like 100 fucking times.
Yeah, so it's the same score as like Back to the. Well, he changed this. So the guy that did the score, fuck it, his name is Alan. What is it? Alan Stafari, I think is what it is. I think that's what his name is. He's really famous, man. He's done a fucking ton of. Here, I'll look it up right now. It's Alan Slavari. So Stolari. Anyways, this guy's done fucking music for like a million films. So the scores for Back to the Future 1, 2, and 3 are the same but slightly different. This one kind of reminds me of Back to the Future 3 a lot more. It's like, which we all know this one came out before Back to the Future 3, which came out in 1990. So part 2 would have been 89. So this is actually even before part 2. So it's interesting, but it's a little bit different. But it plays throughout the whole movie, all the scenes and stuff. They even mimic a scene from Back to the Future where you remember when Marty is running away from Biff in the first film and he grabs onto the back of the truck and stuff like that and he's skateboarding and shit like that. They even put that in the fucking movie, right? And they played the score.
It was cool though. At least it was like a wheelchair sketch.
Yeah,
and that's pretty badass.
And so it got me thinking. I was like, man, I swear to God, the famous, over the cliff wheelchair into the water thing. It's very reminiscent of the scene from Predator where the same fucking thing happens, not in a wheelchair, but somebody goes over a cliff into the water, where he worked on that movie as a composer. Also, he did the score for the Predator. It's like, what the fuck is going on here? This is crazy. But when you're older, you start to realize these things. I'm like, because when I saw this scene, I pissed myself laughing for like 10 minutes. I had to pause the movie. I'm like, this is fucking crazy. And I'm like watching, I'm like, man, this seems very familiar to me. But anyways, so not only this movie is known for being like a huge E.T. ripoff, but it's like it kind of recycles, like the composer recycles.
Now, have any of you guys seen E.T.?
Not in long enough where I have any real memory of it.
It's been years. I was never really a big fan of it. So
I've seen it one time, like maybe like 7 years ago or something. And I was honestly like, not really.
I watched it a lot as a kid.
I think it's one of those movies, though, dude. If you watched it back when you were a kid, you would really like it. I think it's one of those nostalgic movies for people.
Even as a kid, I'm gonna pull a Dave Z moment here. Yeah. I remember it being like a popular movie amongst kids, and I just always looked at it and was like,
it was fucking huge, dude.
It just doesn't look like something.
Growing up in the 80s, I remember a lot of ET shit, and that shit was always being played. I remember having the VHS tape of it too and watching it, a few times. I was never a big fan. But I think when Mac and Me came out, I kind of thought, like, subconsciously, I'm like, this is very similar to ET, but it was more fun to me. It was a lot more fun.
ET.
Yeah. Which is
Am I the only one that thinks these aliens are like pure nightmare fuel?
Dude, they are creepy.
Yeah, especially like the desert scenes where they're
Yeah.
just
Oh
like,
my dude, the dad like terrifies
where
me.
they're just walking.
What's with the O mouse?
What?
They have O mouse. They're just
Yeah, that's the scary part about
it's
it.
weird. They just have O mouse. I'm like, what the fuck's with the O mouse? Like, it's a weird design on them, but I think the design and the effects on them are actually really good. I think
Like
they
the
look
guy
pretty cool.
that plays the dad is so fucking big, and then he like bends the tire and half. I'm like, oh my god! And like he's touching her arm. I'm like afraid he's gonna rip her arm off.
Yeah,
Those things were
so-
were scary. I was like uncomfortable watching these things.
So the difference with this movie,
They remind me of Jack Officeors.
Jack. So the difference with this movie and like ET is like obviously there's a little bit different setup. Like so basically NASA sends like a satellite up to this planet and stuff like that. Anyways, they end up getting sucked into this like satellite
This
and brought back
fucking
down to Earth.
wheelchair scene.
So-
Like, I just
All the
looked
scenes
it
is
up on
kid just
YouTube
whipping
again.
around town in his wheelchair, like down hills and shit, like it's some sort of game.
You got like bike
I didn't know
tires on
what
that bitch.
I was in awe at this movie.
So anyways, they get sucked up through this like kind of vacuum straw thing or whatever. They get brought back down to Earth where mayhem ensues. Anyways, the little one of this family ends up in this, this family vehicle, like taken home and blah, blah, blah. But not only does he get sucked up once through a vacuum, he gets sucked up twice, which I had completely forgot about. And I was like,
You sucked him up in the vacuum.
that is fucking crazy shit. So these like alien creatures, like Mac is like Stretch Armstrong or something like shit. Like,
Yeah,
what
they're
the
made
fuck?
out of like rubber and putty,
It's
apparently.
weird. They can just get sucked up and like do weird shit, like expand. Like honestly, this movie's a little bit freaky. It's a little bit freaky if you put it in
like,
perspective
creeps
of
me
like a
out,
5 or
dude.
6 year old kid. Like
He got
watching
hit
this
by
film.
the car and he like flattened the like into the windshield. And then
Like
you had like Budnick from Salute Your Shorts screaming like a little baby.
Like the scene where they're at the
I was screaming
McDonald's
like a little baby.
and like the arm stretches out to grab the fucking soft drink, and you're just
Yeah,
like,
dude, I would be fucking screaming.
what the fuck is
Even yeah, the bear costume even stretched. Like that was impressive.
So I love how like McDonald's and like Coke were like huge backers on this
Isn't
film.
like Ronald McDonald asked
Oh,
in this
really?
movie?
You can't tell? Yeah,
Yeah.
literally, Ron McDonald has the scene in this movie.
Yeah. So
and-
the original, like the guy that did all the commercials. So basically, how that came about.
Wait, is that
so,
why it's called Mac and Me?
I kind of made that connection. I just think that.
Well,
Is
they
that why
called
they
they,
named him Mac?
they called him Mac, but it is named after. It's because McDonald's was a big backer on this film. They
Yeah,
actually
I think
funded
that's
in
why.
this. They,
was there a Mac and Me McDonald's Happy Meal toy?
I would imagine so. There's literally a dance scene in the
I was
McDonald's.
going to Google this and find out if they did Mac and Me stuff. They probably did because McDonald's was a big backer on this film with Coke, and they carry Coke products there, right? So makes a lot of fucking sense. So the McDonald's scene in the film is actually a real McDonald's that they shot at, but it's not a functioning customer McDonald's. So this McDonald's is actually a training facility where they
I
would
was
train
about
all
to
their
say.
employees and stuff like that. So
We
but
have
they-
one of
that's where
those
they
at my
Like
company
they're going to
headquarters. There's
war.
like a mock showroom, and they like train people in there.
Yeah. So that's why they had everything there and stuff like that. This movie's so fucking weird. Like, it's basically playing on the whole Ronald McDonald, like, kind of house thing or whatever, like the whole children's fun thing and stuff like that. If you could ever roll up to a McDonald's and people are like breakdancing, listen to like funky, like late 80s hip hop, like, music and all dancing and shit, it's like, that is the coolest McDonald's in the fucking world. It really was. It's kind of cool. Oh, speaking of that, actually, so I actually looked into this. I was looking in some of the facts on it and stuff like that. And apparently Jennifer Aniston, her very first role, it's uncredited, she was actually sitting in that scene, like on the curb. She's apparently in that scene. I'm like, that's fucking wild. That's really wild.
That is wild.
So pretty interesting. But I thought that was really interesting that was just the housing facility for training and stuff like that. But one other thing that really cracked me up about that whole scene, Ronald McDonald is the only character or non-fictional character, I guess, to win a Razzie Award.
Dude,
What
He
a
won a
Razzie-
Razzie for this movie.
for his
He's in it for
one
like
line.
10 seconds.
He says one line. He says one line, and he won a Razzie Award for it. I'm like, what the
Wait, what
fuck?
was the line? I didn't even catch that.
I can't even remember. He
It was
walks
just
over to him.
something like it was something I don't know, something
He's-
McDonald's related.
Yeah, he says what I don't remember.
Some like cerebral advertisement for children.
But it is absolutely insane that a movie basically kind of funded by McDonald's and Coke failed so hard. It's crazy. You think that everybody would go and see this shit, man. But
I
That
was just
one-
in disbelief when they brought the aliens back to life by drinking Coca-Cola.
That was unbelievable. I was literally about to bring that up.
I was just
Yeah.
staring at the
Saved their
screen
fucking
like,
lives. They went from
Wow, eat more
5% vitality to 100.
well, it's ironic,
10
right? Because
seconds
if you know
flat.
anything about Coke, like that shit should do the opposite. It actually should kill you, right? Like Coke,
Well, it brought these
they had their
aliens
head so
back
far
to
up their
life.
ass. They thought they were
Pepsi.
gods and stuff. Like, man, our shit can save lives. Like, oh my god, just like eating Big Macs and shit. Like, think about this: McDonald's and Coke, the two biggest fucking enemies in our world today.
Listen, I'm gonna say it. I think the Big Mac sucks, bro. I've never liked the Big Mac.
oh, I think the Mac sauce
yeah,
is
I'm
the
a
reason
quarter
to go to
pounder guy.
McDonald's.
Same, Tony. Me
It's
too,
better.
bro.
That's better. I
I'll
will.
be
Too much
honest,
bread on the Big Mac.
I'll be honest,
The
I'm not a
problem is-
McDonald's
Double
person.
quarter
at
I
all.
pounder.
like the sesame seeds.
It's funny because I don't like McDonald's and I don't like Coke. I'm a Wendy's person and I'm a Pepsi person. It's weird.
Here's the thing,
Baconator,
this-
bro.
This is
hands
what you
down
wanted.
best
This is what you
fucking-
wanted.
My favorite burger at Wendy's is the triple.
I
Love
like
the triple.
Baconator.
I'm gonna.
I've never
had
had
that.
I
that.
don't even like bacon that much.
I don't even like. I've never had the Baconator. Actually, it
This
kind of
is
freaks
what
me
I
out.
do.
Too much
This-
bacon.
This is bro. This is.
Dave's double.
I'm telling you, this is the move. So when you go to McDonald's, the Mac sauce is where it's at. Mac sauce is what gets me back there. And now that they have like the double cheese, buy one get one for $1, you get that shit with no ketchup, no mustard. You get Mac sauce instead, and it's like little mini Big
Yeah,
Macs
you used
about,
to be
like-
able to do that back in the day for free.
Yeah,
well,
you can dress a quarter pounder like a Mac or like a
Yeah,
Mac
dude,
too.
they're charging like for
Yeah, but like you then you got to pay
tomatoes
quarter
and
pounder
lettuce
price.
now.
You get two for like you get two of these for like $5 if you do it like this.
I
It's
remember
just
when
not up here, you
McDonald's
ainand
was like
not
so
up here, you
cheap,
ain't,
bro.
man.
Me and
Yeah, you
me and
said
my
dollar
boys would
menus.
go
Now
get
it's like 2 for
20
$5.
McChickens for
Man,
like
double
$20.
fucking double McDoubles now are like $3.80 here.
Yeah,
It's
even
fucking
when I
nuts.
worked in
It's crazy.
like Wendy's in high school, everything was still $1. I remember the $5
dollar menu.
nugget
The
was
junior
$1.
bacon, dude. I used
Yep.
to get the fucking 10 of them. Bitches.
I remember.
So-
Yeah, I remember like literally like that age. I go and get 5 things from Wendy's, and it'd be like $5.65.
So,
Be like, "Here you
I
go."
had the hookup, bros. I had the hookup, man. So my buddy Mike worked, and his girlfriend Crystal actually worked at Wendy's, and they would tell us to go through there and just order something. Just we had to put in an order,
Yep.
and they would give us a big ass bag of fries, and so I'd order a junior bacon, and he put in like 8 to 10 burgers. It was
Yes.
fucking awesome.
Oh
We go
my
there after a
God.
night of drinking. It would be a big bag of fries, and all these burgers were like for like $1 or whatever.
I had
They
a
were-
friend
I
like
had
that.
a dude. I had
They
a
were-
dude give me a whole bag of Burger King chicken nuggets, like the whole
Yeah.
bag.
They were $1.39 back in 1996 or here. They were $1.39 for junior. So we pay $1.39, get 10 burgers and a big bag of fries. It's fucking
I
amazing.
had a friend like that, except it was.
And then they
Arby's.
started actually
And I had
watching
some
their
good
stock.
times when I had a friend at Arby's that did that for me.
Yeah.
Oh, Arby's, man. Oh, my Arby's.
Think about how expensive
Arby's-
Arby's
it's a
is.
Carl's
And you
Jr.
go
It's a
in there,
Carl's
you're
Jr.
like, can I
now.
have one small sandwich, and then you get like 7 and a bunch of mott sticks and shit. Oh my god,
If I'm
Remember
out of
their
town,
5 for
that-
$5.95 deal?
that's
from
that
back
was the
in the
height of
day?
it. Basically, I go
Yeah,
through it and order
dude.
5 for $5.95,
Good
and I would
God,
get like
what
a,
an
and I get
amazing
like a
deal.
12 for $5.95.
dude, if I'm out of
town.
town and I fucking seen Arby's, man, I'm getting a beef and cheddar hands down, man, and some curly fries.
They have an app too. That's
I don't
pretty
have
good.
one in my
That's
city
the hack.
anymore.
You just got to download like all these like people's apps, and of course I dig. some
Yeah,
of
the apps. McDonald's actually has like one of the better. Like,
Yeah, it
deals.
used to be
Theirs is
way
the best,
better.
and it's not even close.
I think
Yeah.
Wendy's is the best now. I think McDonald's used to be the best, but
I
now
don't
they
even
got
have
really
the
cheap.
Wendy's
Now
app.
their deals suck. But
Really?
now
What's
Wendy's has better deals. They'll have things like get a free single with any purchase, like $1 like junior bacon, stuff like that.
Vincent and fucking tangents, man.
You,
Holy
you stack, you
bro.
stack points the
you
same
can thank
way.
Mac and me for that. Now we're just
Bro.
talking about McDonald's.
You
and
stack
I
the
know.
same
fucking
points
food.
you do. The same.
It
You
is
stack
so
the
true.
points the same way the
About to get
McDonald's
either
app does.
the
McDonald's has the
pizza.
best points payouts. Like you can get a quarter pounder or a Big Mac for like for spending $60. It's like 80 at Wendy's, but if you hit 80 at Wendy's over however much time you've gone to Wendy's, you can get a junior bacon for 800.
My man
Dude,
is
you
an
have way too much
expert.
info. You have way too
Yeah,
much.
I have
My
these
man is a
apps. I'm
fucking
sorry, man. I'm trying to.
expert.
Yeah, you know
budget.
all the secrets. It's crazy.
Because this dude near where I work, that's all I have around me. It's like only craft.
Yeah,
So I
that
just have all
honestly,
these
a lot of the
apps.
places around me are just like fast food as well.
Yeah, it's such a bummer. It's like you either can go eat at one of these places and figure out how to menu hack for like $6, $7, or you can like go to some like crappy hole in the wall joint and pay like $15 to $20 and just be disgusted anyway. Or I can just bring lunch.
Okay, man. So
Fuck
this
that.
watching this movie, man, is like nostalgic overload, man. I'm telling you, man. Like the
Did
kids,
you pick up the shout?
so motherfucking kids. No, I have the vinegar syndrome here. So kids nowadays do fucking not understand what McDonald's meant to us. McDonald's back in the day used to be like a kid's place.
Yeah,
It was promoted as like a
birthday
kid's
party
restaurant.
in the play place, dude.
Have you guys actually been into a McDonald's recently? Like how adult contemporary and shit.
I went
Oh,
into
dude,
a
it's so lame. Everybody
They're
knows
fucking
it too.
so
It's
lame
not
and
even
garbage.
just McDonald's, bro. It's pizza. It's everywhere. Like it's
Yeah,
But
probably
McDonald's
2
was
months
literally
ago.
a kid's.
Shit,
It was a
bro.
fun place to be. It was a kid's place, and this movie
Yeah.
captures that though too. Like, I mean, it's completely over the top when you pull up and everyone's like dancing and fucking hip hop, and you go inside and everyone's like doing these choreographed dances and shit, eating Big Macs and fucking dunking their nugget. Like, it's ridiculous, over the top. But like, the point is like, I miss like the ballrooms and like, you know, the fun of McDonald's and
Yeah.
shit. Like, it just don't have that
I remember
anymore.
literally going to like birthday parties. When I
Yeah,
was
like
little.
birthday
And
parties.
That
at
was a
McDonald's.
big thing, man. You get the
Huge.
tour
Yeah.
and then you get all the shit. Yeah, man.
That sounds
You
so
get the
ridiculous if you
fucking
said to a
Happy
kid now that
Meals and
like
shit.
people used to have birthday parties at McDonald's.
They
and
had
throw
a
the
fucking
ball to it.
little room dedicated to
Yeah,
it.
the
play
at
place.
McDonald's.
So the one the
Dude,
it's
you had to
funny
book
you
that
bring
shit
up,
months
like,
in advance. It was so busy.
Yeah.
It was
it's funny
always
you
packed.
bring up going inside of McDonald's because maybe like 2 months ago I went into this inside of McDonald's for literally the first time in years. It's like I've lived at the house I live in now for it'll be 7 years next month, and this was the first time I've gone inside that McDonald's, and I was appalled at what the inside of McDonald's looks like now. It
They
was
just
so
rebuilt
fucking
one down away from me, and it has a big fucking kids ballroom in it. They actually
Yeah,
kept one in
this
the
one
there. I was
was
like,
so
wow, I have
small.
never
There
been
was,
inside
like,
it, but
it was maybe like half the size at best of like how I remember McDonald's looking. There was like one little small section of tables, and even the register was like the length of two people. Like it was
Dude, I
wild to
remember
me, like,
driving
how
by McDonald's
small
when they
down
had
it
the
was.
play places and
Yeah,
just being like mesmerized by like looking at the tubes and shit. Like,
yeah.
oh,
You know what's
that's-
really crazy about McDonald's is like, I think they're starting to realize like how they went towards like the adult contemporary thing. It's really about adults now. They don't give a fuck about kids. Ronald
Yeah.
McDonald's gone. All the characters are gone. The Ronald McDonald Foundation doesn't even exist anymore. I swear to God. But like, it's kind of funny when they just came out with this new promotion about. It's like they basically just have a like a combo for adults. It's for like nostalgic people. You know, have you guys seen these things? Like they have the fucking, you know, the cards.
Yeah, is it like McDonald Land or some shit?
Yeah, McDonald Land combos, right? And but like, so basically you get like this, you know, this tin thing full of cards and like memorabilia and all this type of shit. And the combos went from like 13 to like $18. So you're paying like $5 for this. But it's like
It's
for adults.
ridiculous.
It's for adults. It's for people that grew up in the 80s and 90s that were in like love McDonald's and want that nostalgic overload. They want that, you know, kind of throwback thing. But it's crazy. It's like $18-20 for these things. And I'm like watching these things on YouTube. I'm like, what the fuck? This is fucking blowing my mind right now. So they're starting to realize that like there still is an audience for that, but like it's with also telling people it's just not for kids anymore. This is all nostalgic. It's crazy to me. Absolutely fucking insane to me, man. But the whole McDonald's thing is like, it kind of watching this film, I was like, damn, dude, like it's just gone. It's gone. And then another thing in the film that really kind of I was having nostalgic overload for was the mom works at Sears.
Sears.
Do you guys remember going to the Sears? There's a part in the film too where there's like catalog pickup. There's a big sign that says catalog order pickup.
The Sears catalog.
Yeah, man, that was a big fucking thing back in the 80s. And I remember even my mom like ordering shit on Sears, like the catalog and picking up at Sears. It was crazy. I remember going to the Sears, like fucking wild. I always forget about that shit, man. But like,
Yeah.
this is like overload, man. Overload watching this shit, man. But so anyways, what do you guys think about the movie? I mean, watching it I didn't remember everything in this one. I didn't remember how goofy it was. It's pretty goofy. Tyler touched on, the aliens. They do actually look pretty creepy. The design is funny.
It's like they're like, and like when they're walking and shit, it's just like, ugh.
The
Yeah.
the O face was getting to me. I was like, this is so fucking bizarre. It's so weird.
I have no idea what to think about this movie. Like
I felt like when I was watching it, I was thinking you were gonna love it. Like,
it's weird to me because you're watching it for the first time now when you're like a full-blown adult, way past when this was actually supposed to be fun.
At the screen like in awe the entire time. Like I just couldn't believe what I was watching.
I literally howled with smiles on my face the entire time watching this again. I was like, this is so much goddamn fun. I can see why this is becoming like a big cult
when
thing.
was the last time you watched it, Moodz? Because you said you didn't have the Shout Factory.
No, I watched it. I want to say probably the last time I watched it was probably in the 90s, late 90s.
Oh, wow. So this has been forever.
Yeah, so this is basically a new watch.
This is probably only the third time I've ever watched it. Like I watched it. I told the story. I watched it one other time. I remember watching. I don't remember when it was. It was definitely late 90s. I don't even think I was in college.
Did stuff crawl like out of the crevices of your memory, like as you were watching it?
Absolutely. I remember obviously the infamous fucking wheelchair over the cliff scene because I rewinded it like 4,000 times. It's the funniest fucking thing ever. But I forgot a bunch of things. Like I don't remember the kid sucking up him in the vacuum cleaner. I don't remember that part.
Yes.
I'm like, what the fuck is that? Like that's crazy. So I'm like, he just got sucked up once. He got sucked up again. I'm like, this is crazy. They did it twice. I'm like, this is so bizarre to me.
I had this like kind of crazy experience at the movie theater a couple weeks ago. I got to see the 1990 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in the theaters.
I saw it in 1990 in the theater too.
Yeah, so I don't know where it came from, but I had a VHS of this when I was like 4 years old, and I literally just watched it over and over every day. Like I loved it. I just watched it on repeat, and it's probably been like 30 years, maybe like or close to it since I've watched it. And like I'm watching it, and every scene I was like, "Oh, I remember this. I know what's gonna happen." The entire movie, and it was such a cool experience. Like, oh yeah, I remember this. I remember this.
Right.
I feel like I've watched Ninja Turtles like once every few years. It's
actually goofier than I remember it being. I thought it was just like full on gritty. I think like Shredder kind of like scared me a little when I was a kid.
Yeah, there's definitely grit, but it's not as dark as
it is good. I gave it like a 7.5. I thought it was pretty good. It was like I had no idea who Elias Koteas was when I was a kid, so it was really cool that he was in it. It had the mom from Halloween,
and he still had hair.
That was pretty cool. Yeah.
Sam Rockwell.
Yeah, Sam Rockwell. Yeah, it was a cool movie. I liked it.
Yep. What else?
I think the one thing from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles that really gets to me is it's not Uncle Phil's voice.
Uncle Phil?
From the Fresh Prince.
Doing Shredder.
He's the Shredder voice in the original cartoon. Every episode of those 7 years.
Chinaman now.
What's his name? Dave Avery or something?
James Avery.
James Avery, yeah.
I was
trying to think of his name. Yeah, of course. Uncle Phil.
I see those posts every once in a while, like on Facebook or whatever, and it's like, how old were you when you found out that Uncle Phil was the voice of Shredder? And I'm like,
I think I knew it at one time, but I think I forgot.
The crazy thing is, like, people seem to forget that cartoon was playing at the exact same time that Fresh Prince was still on too. He was doing those shows simultaneously.
And it's funny too because it's basically just his voice, but just sounding like evil, like turtles. It's like it sounds just like him.
He had a great fucking voice for cartoons, man. It's great fucking voice, man. Yeah.
Did you guys notice the They Live reference in this movie?
I must have missed that.
Where the older brother was putting on the sunglasses and catching like Mac in the doorway, then taking the glasses off and he would be gone. And then he'd put them back on and he'd be right back in the doorway.
I never even thought it, which is fucking weird because that movie came out in 88 also. How the fuck are they?
It is a coincidence.
Both these are 88, man. That's crazy.
There is no way that's a coincidence.
But that's crazy.
It was a total like sunglasses moment. Yeah, They Live.
Well, I mean, honestly, man, we've already talked about so many ripoffs, like the Predator thing. There's that scene. There's the Marty McFly thing. There's the whole score. The whole score is this whole movie when you're watching it. And that was the one thing that was pissing me off because I know the score so well now from Back to the Future that I'm like, what the fuck? I feel like I was watching Back to the Future the entire time, but with this weird like family dramatic alien film that was ripping off ET. It's crazy.
Did they get the real Ronald McDonald in this movie?
Hell
I
yeah.
mean,
Yeah,
That
they
was
did.
Got some
definitely
guy-
the real dude.
Yeah,
Or did,
that-
did- or
They had
did
to
they
make
get
him
one
look
of his
good.
helpers?
This is
No, that was the dude because that's where they did all the training for
yeah.
for McDonald's and stuff. That was the real one. Yeah. Yeah.
You
it's
guys
kinda-
notice George Buck Flowers like
Yeah, he's the
two,
cop
two
after you,
seconds,
or the
Right.
security officer.
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
then
Yeah, I saw
Andrew,
that. I was like, is
and
that
then
George Buckflower?
right, and then Andrew Divoff is the one who shoots Eric.
Right.
the-
that-
Damn,
the
Andrew.
back.
Those aliens at the end would have gotten absolutely fucking smoked. I was
You
like waiting for the whole movie, and I had this really sick thought in my head of like after this like explosion happens, it has
They're
like,
indestructible.
Yeah, but it has this like I really would have tried to smoke them, but like there's this fun. I had this like really sick thought in my head that kind of made me laugh, and it was after that explosion happens, the really dramatic thing happens. It just pans to like the girl, like the friend, and she's just like crying for like 5 minutes straight. And I thought in my head, I was like, it would be the perfect ending if they just let her keep crying and they rolled credits right now. And I
I feel like she
laughing to
did
myself.
cry for like 20 minutes straight
Dude,
at the end
imagine
of the
like
movie.
imagine when she was crying in that scene for like probably was like 5-10 seconds, but felt that long. They just rolled the credits and the movie ended. That would be incredible.
Dude, after I
little-
log this movie, George Buck Flower is going to go into my number 2 spot again of most watched actors.
How many?
It's kind of hard. He's
Dude,
like probably right
23.
outside like my top
Nice.
25.
I think that
Yeah,
one of
you-
the I think that one of the most crazy things about this film that I was reading on was, so I guess in foreign releases, the scene where Eric dies in the end, it's not just because of like, you know, the explosion and shit like that. It's actually because like a policeman's gun accidentally
God.
discharges and
Whoa.
shoots
Oh
him.
yeah,
So-
it was Andrew Divoff.
Yeah.
Okay,
some,
so they should have
Wishmaster.
had that cut and then had the girl crying.
Yeah.
in
It's on the
Yeah,
Japanese cut.
But the fact that they actually had him kill
They
the
made it
kid that
better.
way is like the craziest thing, man.
Dude, that's
made it
awesome.
better.
To
So
me,
in this
that's
version,
just
you
what
just
it
assume it was the
is.
explosion. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's just like a censored version. Like he shoots the fucking kid.
Yeah. It's fucking wild, man. That is
Also,
such
that
a-
scene is on here as a bonus feature.
Oh,
That's
is it?
cool.
Yeah, okay. I didn't look at the
That's
features, but
on
I kind
his-
of figured that might be there, but that's crazy.
What do you guys
Yeah,
think
so, like-
about it being released as a VSU? You like it?
Yes.
Because at first I think we were like, oh, that's already had like a little bit of a release, but it totally fits the line.
Yeah, it's a studio cult classic.
I mean, the way the line's been going, yeah, I think it fits in. I'm happy with it. I enjoyed rewatching this, man.
Yeah, I was
I had
happy
a
with it
fucking
too.
fun
Like I
time,
was
man.
kind of poo-pooing it a little bit, like when
Yeah,
it
I
was
was too,
announced. I
actually.
just was like, but I actually am very happy with the release. It's a ridiculously like I feel like it's one of those movies that like has such a cult status that like you kind of
Mhm.
have to see it eventually.
Right.
So it, like first time watch, like I don't really care for ET or stuff like this usually, but this one's like so absurd that it makes it like a lot funner to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I probably like Mac and Me more than E.T., honestly.
I actually do too. This movie's fun, man.
Yeah, like
I like the
un-
mom.
Ironically, do.
Dude, that scene where Mac is driving the mini Tonka truck when the dog's chasing,
Unhinged.
The dogs were having so much fun.
And he
chasing
ends
that
up in the
damn
fucking-
This
shit.
guy just
he
fucking
crashes-
ripping ass like down the hill, and he's like this giant pack of dog. Oh my
crashes
god!
and fucking ends up in the tree. It's so fucking
And then
goofy,
like
dude.
the little ballad starts playing, and they start like wheeling.
And they were
on
like,
by.
it's like, almost like that was an appetizer. And then like 20 minutes later, like you thought that was funny. How about a wheelchair car chase?
Dude, I love when the little girl says to the kid, and he's like, she's like, you got schizophrenia. It's like I was thinking of fucking Cartman just
Schizophrenia.
saying things wrong. It's when you like see things wrong, like schizophrenia. I'm like, oh my god, that's so stupid.
Our parents molested us.
Oh, dude, yeah, master debater.
Master Debater.
Oh fuck.
Man,
Dude,
man,
one thing that got me laughing at the end of this movie though, man, is like, and it's going back to the whole conversation about like how Halloween fans are literally the worst people in the world. because they have this weird ownership and they'll always defend everything about the movie to the point where like they'll die for it. And given the context, right, like, there's always been a critique about the original Halloween film about like how Michael Myers goes to the insane asylum when he's like so young. He breaks out when he's older, but he can drive a car. You do have to learn how to drive a car. It's a flaw in the film.
They explain it.
Maybe somebody gave him a lesson.
They explain in the original film.
In Halloween 6.
Exactly.
It's not a flaw.
No, it's a flaw in the first film because it's not explained. It's ridiculous because
wait, do they explain it in 6?
Yeah, they were the fucking the people that was in the scene that worked there. They were with them Michael
talking about
the
driving.
You know why they explained
it's alluded to, bro.
You know why they explained that? Because they knew it was a fucking flaw in the first one. It's stupid. Anyways,
They're
it's stupid.
fixing it.
So I kind of related that to this, and I'm like, in the end of the film where the aliens are driving cars, I'm like, this is the Michael Myers thing all over again. This is so stupid. They're literally driving down the fucking road. Like,
it's funny that they can also just control like any like electronic with their mind.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He was watching Snorks, bro.
I think
dude, you were like, and they just.
I think the most
keep
ludicrous
those guys around. They could just nuke us.
I think the most ludicrous thing about the movie is like at the end of the film when they become citizens.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can't keep them around.
I'm not going to
get in today's America. I'll tell you that.
I'm not going to get political with this shit, but there's definitely one person that would not be fucking down with this. I was fucking howling at this. I was like,
the
oh my
God.
God.
Have fucking ICE agents at their door.
Space ice.
Fucking so funny, dude. Oh my God. This movie is a goofy fun time. I really had a fun time with this.
As did I.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, dude, they even say the acronym in the film, which I never caught before. That MAC stands for mysterious alien creature.
I think it really stands for Big Mac. For me,
I think
but
so too.
They literally say that in the film.
But that's like, what MAC means. It's a big, mysterious alien creature that you're buying at McDonald's.
Yeah,
McDonald's.
But I mean, he literally says it in the film, so it's like, okay, whatever. But yeah, no, it's a double entendre, right? It's like it's Big Mac and it's mysterious alien creature. So,
did you guys know the Big Mac was invented here?
What do you mean here?
Where I'm at?
Oh, in Philadelphia, they were like slap bread between
in Pittsburgh, outside of Pittsburgh,
yeah,
like Uniontown, I believe it was.
You know what's fucking weird about inventions and shit? Like the California roll was invented like 6 hours away from where I live in BC.
Yeah, it was introduced by
invention.
a Greater Pittsburgh area franchisee in 1967.
That guy was smart.
Crazy.
Mac sauce is supreme. S tier.
Yeah, like it was always like
S tier
one of
fast
those
food
known
stocks.
things for people that live around here.
S tier fast food sauce.
So what? Anything else on Mac and?
I mean, we could just talk about it. I don't know. It's
the whole "will be back" thing. That is like the ultimate jinx.
I'm just
any movie that puts that never happens.
I'm just so bewildered by this film.
Like you need to explain yourself a little bit because like
this film broke my brain. Like I have no idea what to think about this film.
Were you confused on like the comedic elements or like
no?
It was just ripping
like
off
I was
everything?
Just staring at disbelief. Like
the score, the composer was ripping himself off in this fucking movie. It's crazy when you think about it.
First, you have the craziest looking aliens, and then this kid with a wheelchair shows up, and they're just hanging out with this wheelchair kid while people are doing lots of physical things around them. I'm just like, why did they put a wheelchair kid in this movie? There's a dance scene at McDonald's
because it's supposed to be a family thing. You're supposed to connect with. He's supposed to be like innocent and like.
I just like watching this, and it's just this movie's like breaking my brain as it's going on. Like the whole.
It's the most shameless movie ever made,
and like all
it shamelessly rips off.
And then it gets to
shameless product placement.
And then it gets to the point where it's like, oh, here's my dying alien family. How do we save them? Give them Coca-Cola. they bring these aliens Coke.
It's not even product placement though. Like McDonald's and Coke actually had funds into this movie. That's why there's so much of it. It's not even just. It's not even like they just. Yeah.
Yeah, they're actual plot points.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like the dance scene at McDonald's just had me in disbelief.
I
Then this
never
bear gets
remembered
up on the
that.
counter, and I'm just like, oh my fucking god!
I didn't
Any excuse to put like a person in an outfit.
It's oh my! I was terrified. I was amazed. Like
I didn't remember that scene, and I really enjoyed it. I was like, "Oh my god!" Like that's the McDonald's I want to go to. I wouldn't even like you never catch me at a McDonald's, but like if I was going to go and see that shit, I'm like, I want to go to McDonald's. Then
there's like
it's fucking cool. They really know how to
like-
exploit their shit though, man. Because when you go to McDonald's, you never saw people fucking busting out to choreograph like dance moves and shit, man. But maybe because it was in the movie, you might see one. Yeah.
Yeah, it's. I was just.
I
in
just want
disbelief.
McDonald's now.
I was just, and then it has that dramatic ending. I don't know. I was just in disbelief at this movie, like from start to finish.
I could crush like a 40 pack of nuggets for sure.
Oh, McDonald's nuggets, hell yeah! I'm psychotic. I like ketchup with them.
Used to
That
order
is
them.
psychotic.
I'll get a 40 sack, and they'd be like,
That like crunch.
"What? What do you mean sack?" I'm like, "Just give me 20."
That's the only thing
20
I like
packs.
ketchup with, like that.
Throw 'em in a sack.
Fries and potato chips, and that's it. Other than that, I think ketchup's a garbage condiment.
Yeah, I'd say only fries.
Dude, you gotta make you have to get them fresh, and you have to eat them within 45 seconds, or else they're no good.
Yeah.
That's the worst product ever.
Just
That's
greasy
terrible.
limp bullshit.
Oh man, but I tell you, man, there's points in this film though, like that are pretty cheesy, dude. Like
Yeah.
like the scene where the mom and the kid are like going on their little wheel run, little escapades there when Mac fucking the song that's playing, man, is cheesy. I was wiping
It's so
tears away.
it's so funny because it immediately starts playing right after Mac gets stuck in the tree.
Yeah, and it's like over the top cheesy. You know what I mean? Like the
This
movie
movie
over the
was-
top, like the music in over the top. Like holy fuck, dude, man, they really knew how to pour out those fucking cheeseball songs.
This
in
movie's
these
just
movies.
unreal. I'm at a loss.
I'm really curious to hear what like Tyler's at like a fucking like a 2 out of 10 or like a 9. Because he's
You
so
guys are all
confused.
gonna
It's like-
be. You guys are all gonna be very surprised by my rating.
Okay.
Oh man, this is actually the most fun I've had with like a throwback comedy in such a long time. I really enjoyed this. I was laughing the entire time. I'm like, this is crazy. Watching this movie, just knowing everything about it. And so actually, you want to hear something really fucking weird about this movie? So the girl, so the next door neighbor, the older sister, the one that works at McDonald's. So she was actually cast as the original Kelly Bundy and did a unaired pilot for it. Isn't that crazy?
Damn. Thank God it didn't go to her.
Yeah,
Holy
so
shit.
so they obviously redid it, and obviously Christina Applegate got the fucking role, but that's really wild. I read that and I was like, what the fuck? Crazy, dude. That's wild to me. It's
I
just
thought
like
she looked familiar. I didn't even look her up.
that is crazy. I think she was in she might have been in Can't Buy Me Love. You know that movie from like 87, like the year before.
Oh yeah, she's the hoe.
Yeah, and I love that movie. Can't Buy Me Love, and not that shitty ass fucking remake that came out a bunch of years ago.
The African like tribal dance that he does
Dude.
at that stupid dance.
Oh,
Dude, what the yeah, but the original one is so yeah, it's really
You
good.
shit on my house.
Dude, that tribal dance that he pulls out. It's like, I just the one thing about Can't Buy Me Love that's funny is like it's not a happy ending. It's great.
Mm-hmm.
It really isn't. Like you think he doesn't get the girl. He doesn't. It's great. And in case you guys haven't seen, I just spoiled that. But it was from 1987. Get over it.
It's a coming of age story.
But I love that movie, man. It's fucking awesome. But yeah, she's in that, and I was like, wow, she could have been Kelly Bundy. I'm like, nobody is Christina Applegate. Like I had so many posters of Christina Applegate growing up because oh my god, well she was a model too, right? She wasn't just an actress; she actually was a model. So,
She's such a babe.
and God bless her, man. I hope she's doing okay because she's not doing very well.
Mm-hmm.
But and I love her. I've always loved her and everything that she does. But anyways, Mac and me, where do we start with the Tony? What do you got anything else on this? Anybody have anything else that they want to break down? Tyler, you done?
yeah.
Nah, we've gotten all my notes.
All right, Tony, what do you give this one?
I really enjoy this movie too. Like it's just a blast from start to finish. Like yeah, it's really stupid. It's a shameless movie, but it's like a one of a kind, like
Yeah,
anomaly this movie is. It's so special.
yeah.
And yeah, like I'm a huge fan. I give it an 8 out of 10.
JP,
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same ballpark as Tony. I also give it an 8 out of 10.
Tyler,
All right,
sus.
so there's this very, very tiny niche section of movies I'm so befuddled by. I have no idea what to think of them. And Mac and Me is going to fall into that very tiny subsection of movies, and I consider those movies unrateable. I cannot rate this movie. This is I have no I there's no rating I could give this movie that feels correct.
Unshamelessly, I am going to give this a 9 out
So
of
wait,
10.
what did you give it?
He's
I'm not
rated.
rating it.
He gives
Yes,
it
I
you
he
are,
gives it
you
an
motherfucker.
NA out of
I,
10.
You
I give it
cannot
an
do
NA
that.
out of 10.
You
I'm giving
cannot do that.
I'm giving this a 9
That is
because
illegal.
I absolutely fell in love with this movie once again. I just can't even believe this thing exists. It's
Like I
crazy.
didn't, yeah. Like I didn't dislike it, but I didn't like really like it. I wasn't bored, but I wasn't like entertained. I just kind of like stared at the screen in disbelief for like 90 minutes, and it just like I just kept progressively got more befuddled as we went along.
Put this into perspective. When when Steven Spielberg was once asked if he was ever tempted to take legal action against the filmmakers for copying the story of the beloved E.T. extraterrestrial 1982, he jokingly said he didn't want to get blamed for making anybody else watch it in order to make the comparisons. That is one of the greatest responses ever by somebody. That's amazing. Because
That's
he
such a
was pissed
diss.
about Jaws 5,
It's a
the Bruno Mattei film. That literally got banned because of Spielberg. It's crazy.
Right.
And The
So-
Last Shark, like that one's like super banned still.
It's crazy.
Tyler,
Yes,
what's your rating?
not applicable.
Dude, you gotta give a
Dude,
rating.
you can love a movie and give it 3 out of 10. Like there's movies
If
that
if I was gonna rate it, I would just give it a straight down the middle 5 because I have no idea where to go with it.
Okay.
Perfect.
so this is the first time I've out of like what 400 podcasts I've ever heard someone not be able to rate something because they're so
It's in
befuddled.
this like
befuddled.
bizarre like sphere of unrateable movies to me. Like I haven't logged on Letterboxd yet, and I'm not gonna rate it on Letterboxd. I'm just
I
gonna
think it's one of those like
That would
kind of
bother me
bad
so
movies
much to
that's
not
not really
rate it.
as bad as you think it is, but like if you
Yeah, it's
put
not
into
as bad
terms-
as you think it is. It's so bizarre. I don't know, man. I have no idea what to rate it. I really do. There's
I
not
think it's
any
a blast.
rating I've given it like in my own head that sounds right. Like I feel like if I give it like a really shitty rating, like I'm just like being disingenuous because I don't think it's that bad. But like I also like don't think it's good.
Yeah.
Sounds like a 5.
Yeah, sounds like 5, bro. So
But-
what is the release of the week? Month. I always say week. Month. Release of the month.
I don't think this is a surprise to anyone.
You're nominating that?
Yeah, Mac and Me is I mean I gotta go with mine. Even though I've rated it less, but like that's a totally different type of rating. But they call her death for me. I think it's great.
I'm gonna go with Mac and Me because oh my gosh, the packaging is just so amazing. I love everything about this. And yeah,
Yeah, for me, man, I would have I was almost there with Tyler. I hadn't seen Moods. So if I pick mine, it's just gonna be a four-way tie, which I also don't feel that strongly about Carrie 4K, Carrie Rage 2. So I think that what it comes down to is the movie Tyler picked. I don't know like if I'll ever feel like watching again. anytime soon. Whereas Mac and Me, I could probably watch it again like pretty soon, like right away, if I wanted to, or if it was watching it with someone. So I'll go with Mac and Me.
I wish you had to watch this, man.
I will get to it.
All right, so what are we doing next month?
Okay, so we are doing my pick is actually we'll start with Moodz or Tyler because he picked first.
Okay, I got it. So, going back to a more traditional pick to my label, Connie, and it is Bona. This movie at one point was a lost film, and it's the first 4K from Connie, and it's from Lino Bracco, who is generally considered the most prolific Filipino filmmaker. So, pretty excited to get to this one.
So tune in next month when Tyler finds out if Bona should have stayed lost. And next up is Moodz, which he conveniently walked away when
perfect.
he was here a second ago. But we will skip him and we'll circle back to him. Tony is up next.
I am doing the VSL Castle of Evil, the 1966 Gothic whodunit, maybe supernatural movie. We'll see.
This is one of the rare instances where Tony stole my pick. My picks don't really get stolen that often. But that was, I mean, I think I just didn't really have much that I thought about doing one of the cinematographs, but I didn't. So
I kind of had to sweat it out this time. I thought New Leaf might get swipes before me when I was picking fourth. I thought you might have picked to just throw a cinematograph in there.
Yeah, no. So Moodz, what did you?
I picked Freeze Me. I haven't even opened it yet.
Freeze Me.
So yeah, that one looks pretty funny.
Who released that one?
That is Connie.
Oh, two from Connie.
Yep. Both of you guys picked Connie. Okay. First time ever, I think that happened.
That two people picked the same song. Is that
the first time? Yeah, maybe it actually
might be.
The same partner label.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't happen
because most of the time partner labels release one title. So
yeah.
But
I consider buying Moodz's too. I just stayed a little slimmer.
I actually did too, and it was one of those things where I think somebody mentioned it after I had placed my order, and I was like, it's too late.
I've heard good things. I've heard really good things. Actually, Dave Z really likes this movie, so I was like, wow.
That's something I probably will buy the next time I can on a sale.
It sounds really cool.
And my pick there is Robotic Wars, Robo Wars. Warriors, Robo Warriors. Damn, I looked that all up. I don't think I've ever seen this or really know much about it, but it just looked more ridiculous than the cinematographs were a little bit more serious. So I wanted to do something a little more or less serious, I guess. So that's what I went with. And then our featured review, I guess, was the tease of the late supernatural horror film that they teased, and we were trying to figure out what it was, and none of us even came close. The featured review is Playroom.
We had to do it, man. We had to do it, man, because
Gavin, baby.
Christopher McDonald is back in the spotlight with Happy Gilmore 2. So we're like, fuck it, we got.
Is that Shooter McGavin?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. You didn't know that? Yeah.
No, I didn't know that's why we were doing this.
Yeah, he stars in a horror movie directed by the same guy who did Dr. Giggles.
We actually picked this before
Manny Kodo?
Happy Gilmore 2.
Oh yeah, I noticed that. I remember I looked this movie up and I was like, oh, this is the Dr. Giggles guy and the guy that made Xenon the sequel.
Yes.
Yeah, we picked this before Happy Gilmore 2 even came out. But
so yeah, that is what we're doing next month. And then of course, just in a couple of days, the September titles will be announced, and sure will be. I think next picking first is Moodz. So you get Moodz. Fucking, what is it? Noon, 1 o'clock, whatever time they announce stuff.
Well, on Monday, I will still be either on my way back from my cabin or at home. So I'll be fine. I won't be working on Monday. So
It's Labor
good.
Day for us.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
we'll
it's
be
Labor Day
off.
for us.
yeah, I'm off. Yeah, it's a long weekend. So
So that is what we got coming up here in the next month. And
so that is sweet. Yeah, Labor Day all the way around, man. Fucking yeah, man.
I am totally gonna enjoy this 3-day weekend, bro.
Yeah.
Like I am looking forward to this.
I love
so
having a
much.
job where I don't work on the weekends. It's fucking great.
The week of
Yeah,
Wasteland,
that's
I
that's
have
me
off.
now too, man. I
I
don't work
have
on
that
the
whole
weekends.
week off, like going into Wasteland. So like
This is the first time I will be able to watch Sunday football uninterrupted for the entire season.
And guess what?
It's pretty cool.
There's no excuses for 22 shots now.
Ooh,
What do you mean?
Well, we can just if we're none of us are working.
yeah,
Oh, well, we don't really have that many excuses usually.
yeah.
Maybe not. Maybe so. I don't know.
All
All right.
But yeah, all right. Well,
Yeah, so those are the picks for next month, and that's going to conclude episode 8 here on the Sin Bin podcast. We're outie. Deuces.
nice.